excited to be here as well to watch two of these teams facing elimination, which we weren't really expecting whatsoever, honestly.
No,
the caliber that we've seen
early
from both of them, and especially not this early, but it is the earliest possible point that we're seeing one of these teams being sent home. Team Liquid, our #1 seed from EMEA, and they're facing up against EDG, our former champs from 2024. Both of them in a tough spot here, but both of them looking to use the other one as that stepping stone to continue that lifeline for the final hurrah of the year.
There's a possibility of an early clash here towards mid at the very beginning on the pistol. EDG perhaps looking to take a bit of control. Three-player push silently.
Kang is going to be feeling a bit of that heat now forwards as well. GNE trying to set him up, and it's beautiful! Picture perfect with the util camo. Straight from behind. Will answer them straight back. With that backstab, we're not anticipating it. Taking shots from all sorts of angles. Heavy hits occurred.
And he has a read on where nobody is. He just hasn't quite anticipated him slinking into that attacker's spawn. So the map fully penetrated by the defenders here. Nobody's in a weird scenario, but he's got a great info position for if they decide to end this one towards A.
Nobody's going to be finding that target acquired. Nat's going down. That's a spike drop down into spawn, and now everything's revealed. Camo. Got to get a move on, got to get a step on, but a TP as well. It's a quick evacuation. He's found himself an open sight.
Yeah, that's not bad. He should have a great idea of where nobody's coming from and the timing that he's going for as well. But a double-up play, nobody and Chishu holding hands and should be able to trade out.
Yeah, in all likelihood, Camo's going to have to hop off. Pull off some unreal shots, I think, to earn himself a way out of this one here. Chichu and nobody taking it with diligence. Side by side, waiting for the shot down. Rebounds against the back here. Jenny needs to be covered towards a degree, but that, yeah, just a slight peek out. And the head is all that nobody needs to see. Rips it clean off for winning an early pistol round.
That's a great start for EDG. And also, when the desk was talking about, is GNE going to be able to find value here on the breach? Well, the stun instantly caught onto a few players up towards Tiles here, didn't it? Really nice collection onto Kiko and Paddytech. And I do like the protocol from Camo. I think this is a really nice idea of being able to TP behind them. Nice! To backstab the push down mid. Still, EDG able to recover with a very proactive push from nobody. It sets them up with the Outlaw, with the 3 Bulldogs. With the early lead here on this map.
Yeah, nice and healthy.
I mean, we've seen some astonishing leads be tossed away, though, for EDG.
Yep, definitely so. I mean, we think back to Abyss.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more as the second map comes out. Now, Team Liquid, they don't appear to be playing the game.
Gone for the AFK strat.
Yeah.
Knives out, in spawn.
I've seen this in my ranked games.
Almost feels like a tech pause brewing.
Now, if this was Abyss, I'd be saying, you know,
right.
You know, they're going to jump off the map, but you don't really have the large cliffs in Los Angeles.
Perhaps, maybe, yeah, you don't really. I mean, Dispute, all of a something, but something is definitely wrong because they're not playing the game.
They don't appear to be trying.
Yeah. I mean, I know we're in
EMEA.
In EMEA rank, this is kind of par for the course if you lose the pistol round. You just sit and spawn, right? That's what I understand.
The amount of people that have been leaving my games after losing the pistol round, yeah, I think you're right with that one.
Yeah, but this is not normal. So we'll see. Timer will tick down. Any other podcast conversations you want to go over?
Yeah, well, I think actually it does give us a little bit of time to just talk about the wider picture between these two regions too.
Yep.
Because while our desk is pretty split on who the favorite is in this match, and it's pretty reasonable to say it could be EDG, as we see a drone coming out from nobody to try to
like, what's going on, man? What's happening?
But at this champs, China's yet to win a map. Like VCT CN has not won a map. They've gone 0-8 to open up. EMEA are already with 2 teams through to playoffs, and this is the #1 seed, Liquid, in a bizarre scenario where we see both of these 2 teams facing elimination right at the start. I mean, top EMEA seed and last year's champs winners, one of them is going to be going home in last place. That's remarkable.
Unheard of for their own expectations. I mean, we'd heard it from a few of the Team Liquid players. Kiko himself talking about it, you know.
Bit of a melons round this one, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, we're gonna get to the bottom of it, I'm sure. Finding out. I mean,
losing to the timer in round 2. Such a bad omen for Liquid.
Yeah.
Such a bad omen.
Someone on Team Liquid has been chirping about an issue, but didn't get the pause they were looking for. But maybe they will now.
Yeah, it does.
As they just waited out that one down to the clock.
Does appear to be the case.
This is going to be a long pause as well, because that's probably going to be a round remade.
One would imagine.
If I'm in, yeah.
One would imagine.
I want to peel back the curtain.
Yeah, usually it's based on whether any damage has been done, and nobody on Team Liquid left the spawn, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, even if it isn't a round reset, you're not expected to win the
Yeah.
the second round follow-up, but a bit of ice there for Kang. He doesn't look particularly impressed that this is how the game's begun. He's doing the Aspas routine. Kang's such an interesting player too, because you're seeing him on Neon to start out here. You heard him from the desk as well. It's not something he's been playing recently.
No.
It's an amazing agent for him. He's fantastic on the Neon. His stats are, ridiculously good. But his focus recently has been on trying to get his Yoru up to scratch. And he's been playing a ton of that to try to get his Yoru to a good level. He didn't want to play any of it at the beginning of the year. They had nobody playing Yoru. I mean, literally the player. But they also, reports were early on that they thought Simon might want to play it. And
Which is crazy stuff. I mean,
kicked from the team in a ball of flames, and Jenny's come in and played a little bit of the Yoru too. But they have been focused in the last couple of months, I would say, maybe just the last month, of just putting Kang very heavily in the Yoru position.
shoring it up.
Yeah, and he's looked pretty decent there. You'll see him playing on it later on in the series, but not in map 1.
No, but honestly, the series overall as well, that player on our screen's right there. That's our glorious leader. He needs a bit of a step up, to be honest. We're not used to seeing him at the bottom of the scoreboard, but there was blunders after blunder. The desk was going over it as well. I mean, we don't really need to go into deep detail with it, but we expect more from a player like that. And
well, I mean, you don't just expect more, you expect the world from that, don't you? He's, we were putting together lists of who we thought the best players in the world were coming into this tournament. Now, we're always wrong, but we had Nats, most of us, in the top 3, right?
Yeah.
I think he was like, fairly consensus top 3 player in the world coming into this event. And the one match that he's played so far at Champs, he had a bit of a stinker of a performance on Abyss against a team that had some really interesting theory that was tough to play against, but then also some really remarkable mistakes coming out on Bind as well, the kind of stuff that Yinsu was saying, in all 5 years.
back into the teleporter.
Yeah, it's just kind of stuff that makes you think his brain wasn't properly tapped into the moment of what was going on.
Which can happen with these big events when you get onto the big stage.
Of course. But you don't expect it from players as experienced.
No, but form factor can be really important coming into it. Yeah.
You expect it. I mean, the attention really is on the more rookie players, of which Team Liquid have. You could look towards somebody like Camo, for example, as not having the same level of experience. But I think on the other side, Gianni is somebody that you're really looking towards as somebody that needs to step up and play their best for EDG, because he's had a couple of wobbles in some big matches this year, and that follows the, I suppose, more conventional trend of rookie player in big performance moments. But there's just been so many rookies who've performed great whenever they've come to international events that it's not a cut and dry narrative like that.
Well, Josh, that was the entire playbook really written out in terms of talking points.
Don't worry, I got more.
You got more?
I got more.
That's crazy work.
Yeah, I mean, you want to
don't come back to our cams. I'm stripping off. You
want to talk Nats Chishu?
Nats Chishu is a fantastic one, to be honest. I mean, you talk about this player like Nats, but he has been a trendsetter from the get-go in VCT. Yeah, the inspiration for multiple players, including one who's on the opposite end of the stage.
I think Kang, the player that's on your screen right now, could be given a lot of credit for reinventing the way that people played with the attack side op.
Sure.
Now, if you want to talk about an entire role of Sentinel being rewritten entirely, it's early days, of course, but at Masters Berlin 2021, nobody played Sentinel the same again after they witnessed...
Not after Nats came out.
Yeah, after they witnessed Nats just absolutely destroying people. And Chishu was one of those players that got absolutely inspired by that, and now the two of them have gone from, Chishu was looking at Nats as an idol, now looking at him as a rival, and also possibly an inspiration in terms of calling too, because that's somewhere that Nats has taken to that remarkably well. A lot of people are talking about how difficult it is to call as a Sentinel, because if you're on a lurk island, you're not really getting the information in the same way that you might if you're playing Initiator for the team.
Yeah.
But Nats does such an incredible job of calling for this team. I mean, his leadership skills are fantastic, but also the way that he calls in order to put himself into good positions is remarkable for a Sentinel IGL. And I think Chishu might be trying to emulate some of that, but I haven't seen the same flourishing individually from him. I think Chishu's best performances were from last year, probably, when nobody was calling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hardcore as the IGL for the team, and now that it's a bit more of a shared burden with Chishu taking over some of it, his personal stats have fallen a little, but you always know that this guy has got insane potential to just wake up one day and destroy.
Yeah, he's shown it previous times, many times on top of that. So we're expecting big things as well. Now, listen, we'll go back to Curtin. We can see that they are getting to work on making sure that second round, something's going on. Making sure that it's replayed from the beginning.
Yeah.
Rolling it back just to keep you in the loop. Now, that is pure speculation on my part. I haven't been told that in my ear. I'm just looking at the screen and saying it. So I could be lying to everybody at home, but...
Okay, well, I mean...
That's part of the job, though, isn't it?
Spreading misinformation on the internet
so.
is, yeah. It's in trend right now. I'd say it's in vogue. So I think we get away with it. We're not expecting too much of a different outcome, to be honest with you, from this second round bye as well.
No, it's
not.
It's not
fist bumps, and it looks like we might be going back in fairly shortly.
Well, okay.
EDG, like we'd said, with the Outlaw, with the triple Bulldog, it's a great buy for them. One that should be ripping through Team Liquid, who are bringing in mostly just classics. But the job for Liquid, trying to get up to Camo's ultimate would be a good one early on. So focusing over ult orb acquisition and then just chipping down some of the economy of EDG.
Let's get back to it then. As we said, it shouldn't really budge the needle in terms of the impact that Team Liquid can really get out into a round like this, just with the classics in hand. But they can do a slow take a mid anyway. Apply a bit of pressure into that direction, maybe go into the B split. Prowler in the face of Kang. He's being approached from two directions, and that was market not watched for. Slight gaps found, and with that, head clean off as well. Bullets are flying forwards with that hail of lead. It is Team Liquid who have found themselves a bit of an entry in a gap and a chance to plan over towards this B side.
Very heavy retake setup after Kang fell there, and a big gap in market.
3 players on half armor as well, with that Outlaw picked up from Kang's body, and now we're seeing it already put to good use. Paddy, he's found his one. Looking for a few more though, but that return of the fire is quite there. Now two up towards the top, luckily has that gun differential. With that Bulldog in hand, should sail him away, but everyone is left towards it.
Everyone dies in one shot here.
Yeah.
Kang's weapon was the worst thing to give over to Liquid.
Trex is here lying in wait. Perfect position played for him, and they all just lined up. But what is that? The shot's going through the shoulder, and he has to resort to the sidearm. Just that secondary classic out, and Smoky will cover it all. That could have been disastrous for EDG.
I think, if anything, it was Trex's to lose there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He got the timing, 2 players,
crazy.
2 bullets in the chamber as well.
Got to see a 0.25 of that.
It looked like one of the shots at least should have done damage through a wall, but, you know, maybe moving or something. And Trex had got a lot of value with it further up. Yeah. Tough one. Tough one. Still, good damage done. Camo 2 away from an ultimate. And EDG not coming into the bonus with quite the same level of aggressive weaponry. Kang, in fact, forcing with a judge and full armor.
Yeah.
And then 4 stacking over towards the A site and leaving B entirely in the hands of Chishu.
Full retake being played for. Deep down in the one way. One player break, so it doesn't reveal the hand the Team Liquid are creeping up past this with a lot of players. In fact, it only feels like Nats, and now they strike. They pounce forwards looking for that. Signs alive. Nobody still gets his one before being dropped. And now Kang right from the side, tearing them asunder. Can't be stopped. A delayed hit. And what a heavy one it was. Kiko is left to pick up whatever pieces he can, but there is no real sign, no real chance for him here in a spot like this. Kang is just unleashed and raring to go. Bonus conversion, if you want to call it that. You did say there was some investment on the side of EDG, but 3 rounds in a row for their quick start and good beginning on Sunset.
Man, that is a ludicrous round.
Look at this.
That is criminal. Even Nat's cage actually helping Kang to stay alive and be able to get those kills without Trex being able to punish. And what on earth was nobody up to?
Not sure,
Greeding
man.
for the ult orb, but still killing one with a sheriff. I mean, those are ridiculous scenes. And it's crushed Team Liquid's economy early on. There's the classic Kang crosshair wiggle as soon as he's got a scoped weapon in hand.
Yeah, Outlaw is going to be making good work with it, presumably. Smoggy's got to try and lock down this one. It was an avenue that was left open. Team Liquid abused it on round 2. In through market for that B split. Looks like the same idea.
It's still being held quite softly, isn't it? Smoggy came to pick it up, but it's not like they're fighting over market control.
Hunter Fury, where's this one being let loose from? Okay, just from the signs of life that are being poured out now towards it. It's Camo! He tried to get away with it. Smoggy almost second and guessing himself, but Kiko's forwards as well, looking for that a little bit of help from the rest of his team. No, it's all locked down in kind. Kang is right there. Nats sharp shooting with that sheriff in hand, but not for much longer. 4 in a row now.
Mad respect for Camo to try to pull off the fake clone play.
It's time to try and pull it out.
But when you get one shot in the shoulder and you keep going, I think you've given the game away at that point. And EDG do a decent job of being able to plug up those gaps. Very funny moment there. Tried to react to it, Camo. A big ult expended, but at the same time, nobody got it online so early on.
One enemy remaining.
I'm so down for that. I mean, just chuck in a defensive Sova ult if you need to in order to secure the round. And make sure that the attacking team on an eco with market control can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So, a very solid beginning for EDG. And Team Liquid, Brent, one of the best pistol round teams in the world across Stage 2. They were winning 66% of their pistols in Stage 2.
Yeah, right at the tippity top for every team that was coming into Champs.
But I believe I'm right in saying that they've only won one at Champs so far.
Yeah, only the one versus DRX, and
out of
similar beginnings. So
7 that they've had the chance of
that's
being
really
able to
just one part of the problem as well. You could argue. I think there's been just that downturn in terms of the individual form of a lot of players on Team Liquid. That's as well where this is a team where their identity is really defined, I think, from him being able to find gaps. They're one of the best teams at winning in 4v5s for that reason as well. They are able to play a disadvantage situation. They're able to squeeze their way into any sort of cracks in a defense.
Well, they've also got really good trading. When you look at trading stats, they're the 3rd best team at that as well across Stage 2.
But there's all these little elements that are just going wrong for them right now at the beginning of Champs. Pistol rounds aren't going their way. The individual form, definitely not there just yet, but hopefully with the timeout now will be that turning of the tide.
Well, it has to be for them. This map, a bit of a must-win when you look at Abyss and Bind. Not maps that Team Liquid are bad at, but both maps that they lost to DRX. And knowing that a Yoru ult is going to come out for the attackers, EDG and Kong take aggressive control over towards A, trying to disrupt.
Real aggro through mid as well. Team Liquid are ready to receive the contact in the play that's happening, but Kong knows those angles well. At the back of his hands, let loose with the stun as well, just for the evacuation. Doesn't want to overplay it.
Great pre-aim.
Cage triggered.
That's now with quite a job. Knows that there's one player there, but is he aware of nobody?
Very aware, but he just can't quite get onto the angle in time. Nobody just cleans him up now straight through the top section of mid as Team Liquid go and walkabout, just sidestepping ever so slightly. It's tepid, trepidatious here from Team Liquid. Gong Ho, they're just trying to really see if they can find their way through this one, but EDG have got this one under lock and key. It's 5-0 for these beginnings. And it just feels like EDG are going to run away from it.
I mean, the game plan here was to try to get into a position where you could use the Yoru ult. And they lost all 5 players before they could even have a sniff at it. Camo's the last player alive, in fact.
Nice! Nice!
An aggressive play off rip and losing a lot of the aim duels. I mean, the pre-aim was perfect from Kong. But the other duels are a little more fair around the map, like, for example, nobody taken up against Nats. And EDG looking sharper at the moment. And actually being ahead in terms of the ult situations.
I mean, 5 ults online. Don't quite have the weaponry. Down to the half 5, but they're going to be sending this one fast out through into B main. And now with that, showstopper, back pocket, offloaded. Kiko's got this one and he's saving it for right time to strike. Kang removed from the fight. EDG looking to see if they can seal up that weakness they've got going forwards. It's a quick clearance out towards market. Nade rebounding. Shots fired off as well. And finally, Kiko is cleared up. Backside control is theirs for now. Team Liquid just with a slight tap looking for that next sign and reaction. Buddy Tech is going to cheek you with it. TP into the smoke, but it's the only thing he could do, and it leaves it just down to Trex in that 1v3. Ring around the roses, looking to avoid the ire of the opponents, but still claiming the kills individually, but eventually traded out. Nobody finds it. So 6-0 with even ults being expended. Just the one, just a showstopper, but it is a big one.
Yeah, but I think it's strange that only one ult is invested in that situation. If you're going to try to win a 4v4 after you've already invested the showstopper, why not try to fight with Fade ult forwards into Boba, for example? And they also tried to fight over both areas of the map at once there, Team Liquid. Kiko was alone in market with no extra help, while the rest of his team tried to fight for backside and Boba control. They don't look like they're on the same page, and EDG are being able to pick them apart. Perfect utility from Jenny and Smoggy to isolate Kiko and rip apart one of the best fraggers from Team Liquid. And now the ults are starting to come up for EDG again. Jenny with the Rolling Thunder.
What happened there? How much just uses ult?
Yeah.
I'm crazy. I'm not crazy, right?
Well,
I am, but don't answer that. Kang's got a kill on the bottom section of mid. Chichu is willing to stand his ground, posturing up, puffing up the chest ever so slightly when he sees that presence coming his way, but just blunder after blunder. I'm not too sure what happened with the ult early on.
Has he misclicked his way out of a Yoru?
I don't know. That's bizarre.
We've got to get a replay on that if we can, but that's mad. I mean, I saw them all in spawn as if they were trying to wait for Paddy Tech to to Omen ult deep as well, but EDG are anticipating ultimates really beautifully, and then also Team Liquid appear to be misplaying them.
It's a bizarre one. Walking up steadily though, looking to gain as much space as they possibly can over towards the A side. Full retake being played here. EDG. Jenny just looking to hold this one off as well. Kang by his side. The shots are perfect. Straight to the dome. Sharp shooting. Ordered up here by EDG. Only 2 left to stand to see if they can piece away through and past this one. Camo's forward, trying to step up to that fight once more, but the blind in his face never really favored for it, and Nats is left to just trickle out of the fight from really just nothing going the way of Team Liquid. I'm kind of gobsmacked.
Yeah, even if we ignore what Camo did at the start of the round, no smoke, no util to try to push Kang off that angle over towards CT. EDG are playing great, but it's way too easy for them out there right now. And again, remember, despite EDG looking really competent against NRG, I'm not taking anything away from them, because that match was, I think, the best match that we've had so far.
1 or 2 rounds away from potentially them being the team in the uppers of our group.
No, it was sick. It was a sicko game. Oh, let's take a look at this again.
What happened here?
I don't understand.
Popped the ult at the same time he took the TP and just landed it out? That's really strange. Really weird interaction. Yeah, that's a bizarre one.
I mean, that doesn't look like a misclick, but no tech pause, so we continue.
We keep going, I guess.
Answers on a postcard if you know more than we do about Yoru ults.
Yeah, that's bizarre, and I got a feel for Camo. All the Team Liquid right now, nothing is going right, nothing to correct the course. Grouped up though towards B. Kang's going to be lying in wait. Here's that one with the TP. Haunt over to the side, doesn't even... Oh, I mean, the Haunt's just even missing. It's behind the wall there. Camo...
It's a comedy of errors, isn't it?
He's lamb to the slaughter.
It's, yeah, tragic to watch.
This is brutal to watch. Not what you really expect from the #1 seed of EMEA. Feeling like today is just not their day.
Well, neither was when they played against DRX, was it?
Precisely.
Making some extremely unusual mistakes across this tournament, and EDG, the happy beneficiaries. You got to keep your foot on the throat while your opponent is choking. It is quite incredible, but at the same time, Team Liquid, despite being pretty excellent this year, they haven't escaped groups at any global event. And I mean, if they keep playing like this, they're not going to here either. So, pretty large mismatch between their domestic ability and their international one for some reason.
Disjointed Team Liquid here. Sidestepping and tiptoeing their way into the A side, just trying to gain a bit of ground into it. But again, Trip's going to be dealt with. Smokes across the board, blocking off one of the angles. Plant needs to go down now, but that's a rolling thunder. Kang straight in your face now with that shorty in hand. There it is, mid-speed towards the back. Quick cleanup as anything. Man, this is 8-0. EDG are relentless. They're not going to let anything slip by them.
No, and that's exactly how you draw up a retake like that. Kang so happy to follow up on Breach Util. To be honest, this is the combo. Now, I know it was Simon, it wasn't Jenny, but this is the combo of, like, style that got Kang and EDG that champs win last year.
He's 14-4.
But he's 14-4.
You can feel the aura when he walked through the door.
Frying.
Yeah.
And this is very different to how he's going to have to play on Yoru, because they don't normally play double initiator comps that super set him up. Normally it's a bit of double duelist, where it's more to do with, like, space rather than everybody he shoots is stunned or blinded or whatever. But the coordination and the way that EDG think about these double initiator neon comps is beautiful to watch. Now, having said that, Sunset has not been a map that they've been favoring recently. They haven't played it in over a month. They haven't been, you know, doing amazing on it. But here today, it's like they haven't missed a beat since late last year. But at the same time, it's being made far too easy for them.
Far too easy.
Team Liquid having to take their second timeout after 8 rounds.
To see the step up from Team Liquid.
Kiko was saying after their last game, we're not even hitting our baseline right now.
Yeah.
You know? And Liquid are such an odd team, because some of the worst stuff you'll ever see in pro matches has come out of this squad. Like the ninja diffuses, right? 2 ninja diffuses this year that Liquid have allowed.
Historically.
Well, I mean, historically, of course, but
not bad.
This roster has had some rounds where it's like unreal.
Right.
Like the lowest of lows. But the general level from Liquid is really high.
Okay, well.
Unfortunately, they're just stringing together horror after horror.
Time to turn it around, though. A round like this year, trying to disrespect towards A main, but fault line will reveal alongside the dart as well. It's going to slow Team Liquid down to a crawl. Misplay after misplay has to be corrected from here on out. There's no more second chances with the timeouts. Now we're seeing a Nightfall. Scatters forwards again, slight shot that just misses. Kang going to be backing himself out and away. It's cover over the shoulder and he's still landing these shots. Jenny just trying to make the most of it, really squaring up to these fights, but it is going Team Liquid's way. Boombot in your face. Sidestep ever so slightly. Damage through the wall. Paddy is low as anything, and that second shot will do him in. Nobody still trying to hold down. Ground down, and Kang! He can't be stopped, man. Put the operator in his hand, and he will make it sing. And now left to just contain. They realize they've got them penned in. It's up to Team Liquid to make the play. Stepping forwards, though, is Kang once more. Steadily as anything, a call comes down to this first shot. Who can land it on each other? Kang versus Kiko. Ever so slightly, just a back poking out, and a game of timings does not go his way. The ace is on the cards. And Kang can feel it in the air. Nothing to be let slip, though. Nobody will seal this one up. Nice and pretty. 9 rounds in a row.
Look how well EDG break all the timings for Team Liquid. They smoke up to try to take the site originally, and because they're fighting for such a long time, by the time Kang is taking these duels, there's no util pushing him off the line back there. Nobody posted on the angle waiting for him to repeat. Kang is just super confident. 9-0 in terms of rounds. 18-4 because he just got a 4K.
Yeah, okay, mate.
I mean, no one's stopping him. There's no util in his face. He is beasting.
Smoked off, though. He knows he's up against the half armor. Vested into the Outlaw for this one. Business is booming, doesn't mind tossing away the operator, and that's that missing gap off to the side. The util just a little bit delayed and late. Kang don't wants to get active, and he sees it, spotting it, signs of life. Paddy is done, finished off.
He's not even looking in the right direction.
He's not even anticipating that there could be that fight coming his way.
And again, the smokes go down, and this now opens up every angle for Kang to feast once more with the Outlaw. But it's nobody they'll have to get through first. On a very deep, very aggressive angle. Not usually one that you want to be playing when your team's up 4-3 in a round like this, but he backs onto something a little safer.
Oh.
And of course he picks it off because the form is just ridiculous right now for EDG.
Reaction time test for nobody. It's all going wrong. Nats and Trex completely split up here in a round like this. You only got 35 seconds left roughly to work with. I'd love to credit it down purely just to EDG playing phenomenally, which they are. The form is sharp, the self-belief evident, and nobody's going hunting. Wants access towards it. Nat is dropped.
And those are raw aim duels that he takes. I mean, of course, he's posted on an angle for the first and perfect crosshair placement. But after that, he's also just destroying. Camo has a bit of a free shot on Smoggy to open. Doesn't land it.
30
I think
seconds.
Paddytech came into this round, by the way, with only 1 smoke. I think he bought Light Armor Phantom and 1 smoke.
Yeah.
Well, now they're going to be coming into the next with, sure, full utility, but horrible weaponry. And EDG have let slip an 11-2 lead on Abyss, but, I mean, mate, that's not happening here.
No, the lessons surely have been learned, and it feels like a bit of a tear gap in terms of the difference between these teams. Paddy takes a deep TP into spawn, and even lands a shot. Kang gone, Raid Boss removed. Smoggy's going to be blinded up, though, as well as they're looking to get this clearance in order, make sure they have that peace of mind. Smoggy a bit of spraying and praying, skipping and hopping straight into that smoke. That's a Guardian in the hands of PaddyTech. Short work made. Multitude of these players, even ults expended there, showstopper. Splash damage, followed up with Camo. Gets them around on the board here. Will be inevitable at this point, and there it is. 1 for Liquid, but it's too late.
The 1 round they win is a flawless where nobody on EDG survives whatsoever. Everybody on Team Liquid does. And Paddy just kind of wakes up. There does seem to be a lot of this that's coming down to how they're actually just taking the fights, but yeah, it's a nice idea. Ulting into spawn. Nat's trying to bring a little bit of that energy, self-belief, confidence, the things that Kiko said were lacking in their loss against against DRX. But this isn't a weird comp. You can't blame the theory here.
Just everything going wrong for them. Everything's a little bit off here early with the fault line. Util being pulled out. Present showcased here by Liquid. One more chance to get around on the board here, but Smoggy's the one with the operator this time. Going for the double pick, maybe a little bit greedy for it. Hunter's Fury as well is going to be missing plenty of targets as mid is already compromised. Nobody exiting early out of it. A flash to try and set him back up onto a deeper line. Knowing that these players are corralled and contained out towards mid. Chichu is playing gun game as well, topping around before that weaponry. Kiko finally steps up and challenges, winning it out.
An important duel for normally a huge fragger on Team Liquid. Kiko's KD not looking great, but here he's landed an important kill to get his team the site.
3v3, off angles on off angles here. Team Liquid have got a very good setup. Should be drilled enough for it, but Kangan just takes that peek anyway, and the bodies are falling, toppling. Players can't stand up to it here, and Trex reveals his position. Will have to be a full spray down. Not quite there, Kang. Swift dismissal there, overdrive in hand. It's 11-1. That's the half we're left at.
And that is a really nice play by EDG. The jump jiggle from nobody to play in the upper. You see how confident and comfortable they are when Kang is playing like this.
Unreal by EDG.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Confidence. Set themselves up grandly, really, as well. If we look forward to that next half. Sunset, a lot of unknowns before we got into this map, but now just all certainties. Liquid are the ones who are going to have to dig deep. We're going to send it down to the floor and hear from a very special guest. Take it away.
Et c'est un visage que vous connaissez d'autant plus ici aux arènes de la Carmine. It's a pleasure to welcome you, Thomas, here in France. First of all, we missed you, and I love the look. Paris Fashion Week is happening right now, and I think he understood the assignment. First of all, I think you know we are at the KC Arena, so you know seeing fans in jerseys, being here in Paris, does it remind you of some good memories from last year?
I mean, for sure. I think Paris reminds me of a lot of things. KC fans, all French community, and for sure KCX. And all the support we got as Carmine Corp last year, for example, in the Masters we played in Madrid. I remember like when we won a first match, we came here and it was like 50 fans minimum asking for pictures and stuff. And when I walk here and I see Carmine Corp jersey, it's just like awesome feeling, and I just feel fulfilled of love, you know?
Yeah, and I think everyone is also very happy to have you here, of course. Donc première question, on est aux arènes de la Carmine. Est-ce que ça te rappelle des bons souvenirs de l'année dernière? Bah oui, Paris est chargé de souvenirs pour moi. Les fans qui m'ont toujours soutenu. On venait ici, il y avait plein de fans qui étaient là pour le meet and greet, qui nous ont toujours soutenus, même au Masters Madrid. À l'époque, on était allés en Espagne, donc de très beaux souvenirs indeed. And so far, we've seen on this event so many upsets. Like the game seems a bit unpredictable. Is it something you enjoy, and why is that?
I mean, I think everyone enjoys underdogs winning. I mean, when I'm watching from home, I mean, I didn't expect GX to win against Sentinels, you know? And I'm just happy for them. They're my ex-teammates, you know? But I think every time it's good to watch underdogs winning because no one expects, and then they pop off and they just destroy the team that should win, you know? So I think it's just amazing for the game and creates more
Storylines, maybe, no?
more storyline for sure, and more competition, and people start thinking, oh, maybe they can win champs, you know, or they can surprise more. So.
Yeah, definitely. Nice stories indeed. Donc le jeu est un peu imprévisible. On est content de voir un petit peu des upsets. Bah oui, moi j'adore ça. Je pensais pas que mes anciens coéquipiers de GX allaient battre Sentinels, et pourtant c'est ce genre d'histoire qui donne envie de suivre un petit peu Valorant. Let's see now if Liquid can bounce back on this map, Sunset. Thank you so much, Thomas.
Well, it's a massive ask, really, but we do need to see it from Team Liquid just to have that faith in them, I think, as well. It would be good. They can claim a bit of a pistol round here. For EDG as well, on the other side of things, I mean, look at Kang go. This guy has just been... He's had an easy time of things, man. 5 outlaw purchases.
I mean, this is an unusual Coinbase econ report. 3,000 damage in a half.
Yep.
Lots of outlaws bought, lots
Very
of
efficient.
operators, and he's just been destroying, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been the biggest problem, but I mean, I guess you could say that Team Liquid's biggest enemy has been themselves as well.
For sure. Have to see a bit of a turnaround here for EDG themselves, looking to not let another lead slip, as they did the other day. But
this one just looks,
it's a different,
simple for them, doesn't
one,
it?
It really is.
If Liquid at least can win a pistol and get some rounds going, it'll give them confidence for the next maps coming up, because at the moment it feels like they don't believe they can win any fights.
Big reveal though. That's Camo poured out into the open. He's going to be taking a lot of stray shots, and Kiko will defend. He has taken Kang out of the picture, so...
Yeah, decent cover, and both teams going for a bit of an aggressive mid-look on the defense. EDG's more committed. Team Liquid's a little less so, but no less successful.
Very proactive footsteps made, I believe, as well. Just onto the wood then, spotting out these players, overwhelmed and swarmed. EDG were just waiting around the corner, looking to set their sights onto a freebie as well, over towards this B site, potentially, especially with Camo gone.
Really good awareness from Gianni there, just holding out that stun in case there was anyone playing B main aggro. Those are both of the big heavy hitters you need to be online for Team Liquid. Nats and Kiko fall instantly in B main, resetting this from a 5v4 into a 2v4.
Trax and Paddy with it all to do. Smart like this.
Last player standing.
Already Paddy's going to be finished off though, and Trex just doesn't stand a chance. This is an EDG that are feeling themselves fully and proper. Team that want to deliver and as well want to stay alive in this tournament. Remember, this is elimination that we're looking at here. After one early on in the series, but opening map being lost in this fashion. The Team Liquid at this point are going to be thinking ahead. They're going to be thinking about Abyss.
Yeah, you just got to try to mentally reset for maps 2 and 3 right now. I mean, of course, they'll try to take it round by round, but there's a wry smile on Nats' face that seems to indicate he doesn't have too much faith in the 12-1 comeback. The last time EDG went out in groups at Champs was 2022, the first time they ever got invited to Champions, before VCTCN even existed. So every year since that, they've been able to at least go on some level of a run into playoffs, and of course won it last year.
Evolution every time. How well they've done on that international stage that really see pay dividends at Champs.
You can't do better than they did last year, though.
No, you really can't. Unless you win it again.
Is that better? I suppose it is, really.
Hey, 2 times.
Back-to-back is incredible.
Back-to-back is kind of crazy in terms of the consistency. Team Liquid put a stop to it, though, here and now. This is full backside control that is theirs. They haven't been cleared off or pushed back. In fact, EDG are the ones that are at that player disadvantage. No real control of anything here. It's a flash deep into the back of the site alongside that drone. Has to be broken. Chichu inserts himself, dominating this one smoke, but not one forward onto the angle. But again, stray shots and fire will come forwards. Team Liquid getting it active now. A lot of damage done to Gianni. Dodging and sidestepping, but that Prowler to Seas eventually connects and does reveal it, and there's a real chance. That could have been a finisher.
That would have been an amazing way to end the map. Completely would have boosted all of Gianni's confidence. Would have been one of his best map performances and biggest notable moments at his first global event, but alas, it slips away just slightly. Team Liquid get their second on the board. Team Liquid, if you look at their Sunset retake win rate,
the beginning of the beautiful story.
it would have to be the most beautiful story for Team Liquid. The little horse that could. At the moment, though, the glue factory beckons.
Oh no, not the glue, man.
But, yeah, as I was saying, Team Liquid's retake success rate is usually phenomenal. The thing is, it feels a bit moot to be talking about that when they're 12-2 down.
Then again, take your foot off the gas, and suddenly can give Team Liquid back in, way back in at least. Here, Spikes drop down. Obviously, this round is nothing special on the EDG side of things. They haven't really invested much into it.
I'll tell you what, though, Gianni's one away from being able to get Breach Ult up. So these kills that he got over towards the pistol in the follow-up round have actually given EDG a great chance early on in this half of closing things. And Kiko doesn't get the final kill, so we're now seeing one player on either side, one orb away from a huge ult, either the Showstopper or the Rolling Thunder. So I would imagine that there'll be a clash over probably the B main orb. Thing is, often teams will not like to do these kind of things because they think it's a bit too obvious, a bit too readable.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think that would be...
If you're going to play mind games on top, you go for mid-control of your EDG.
Yeah. Does look like it. And on the other side, Team Liquid looking to try to completely push out the A main area to make sure that they're in a position where they'll be able to pick up this ult orb. So here you see Kiko coming in with the Outlaw, picking up the ult orb, and now a Showstopper available for Liquid. Not something that EDG prioritized in their attack default. Which now leaves them behind in the ult game. We've always got an option of going back over to B, though, because this cam is keeping full contact. They know that nobody's pushed up.
Trying to see if they can spot the bodies here. EDG playing this one cautiously.
And Nats Camo could be up to the task here of trying to dodge a Breach ultimate. You want the cam to make contact, so it forces the Breach ult out.
Not dealt with, rolling thunder in through the back. That was that orb just Vacuumed up from Prior. Jenny's going to be using it to carve out a path.
Not sure if Kama got caught by that, but he's not going to go for the fast flood into backside anyway.
Through it anyways. A flash in your face, but dodged out by Kang.
And here Kiko is waiting ready.
Playing anti almost into the own anchor. Smoggy! What a shot, man! Kang to deliver straight from the side, but Smoggy not to be removed. So that thorn in their side. She's looking to step up and put a finish to this map. 13-3. That is a sizable statement to open up this series here in elimination between Team Liquid and EDG.
Unbelievable opener. EDG perhaps slim underdogs coming out on Liquid's map pick and dominating.
Now that I'm a mom, things are different. Verizon's different too. They let everyone in my family choose different plans. We get what we want and we save money. Love that for me.
An update is required. Financial system updating. System updated.
We will dance together.
The future of money is here. Feels good.
Esports World Cup, where we are starting off with VALORANT.
If you want to win, you have to win against the best.
So looking for revenge.
Alpha in behind one. There's the shorty. And Alpha goes crazy.
They've all battled through the pressure and expectation.
Heretics have come back all the way.
Finally we won. Finally.
guys, Mika and Valora here with EDG's Muggle. Congratulations on that first map. That was incredibly dominant. Oh my goodness, did you expect that this map was going to go this way against Team Liquid? And can we expect that same kind of dominance going into map 2 of Abyss?
今天真的打得非常的精彩，在第一张地图上可以说是一个碾压性的胜利。那有想过今天这场胜利会来得如此的顺利吗？同时，在第二张地图幽邃地图上，我们会看到同样的情况发生吗？
我觉得我们会赢，但是确实没有想到比分会拉得这么大。然后主要我觉得应该也是我们拿下。
I thought we could win, but I didn't expect that we could go smooth like that. And for the second map, I think we are going to take the win.
Well, it was a surprise for everybody, I'm sure. Good luck to you guys.
EDG playing a map without heart attacks. My goodness, that's the first time I've experienced it. I'm back here with Mimi and Dan. We're going to take a look at the Verizon high-speed moment. It could have gone to quite a lot of Kong rounds, but Mimi, we wanted to see him on the Neon for a reason.
Yeah, he was so outstanding on this role. This one is just instantly fighting into main. Team Liquid wanting to use some utility to get up, but EDG take the initiative instead, and that felt like the theme of that entire first half.
And it tells you about the score, but also it was an EDG that had complete dominance of this first half, especially. You saw the aggressive pushes that they had towards mid from A as well, and every single one was successful. At some point, I even thought it was going to be a 13-1. I mean, it was incredible for them.
It does make you feel like, why on earth does he not play the Neon on other maps?
Yeah, it makes the loss in their first series all the more disappointing when he's limited on that Yoru.
He is indeed. And for Liquid, we spoke a little bit about some mistakes, some egregious, some small that we saw in the last game. Are you guys surprised that they haven't tidied that up going into this one?
I don't know. I feel like the problem is that it's not just a mistake of, oh, I didn't swing with my teammate. There are massive mistakes that cost them a few rounds, not only that round as it happens, but also a few more after.
This one was so weird, right? He goes into his ultimate, but while he's still in the animation to enter the ult, he hits his TP, which cancels it, and he loses the ult completely. It's little things like that that snowball, because when you're down like that, lose your bonus, you're waiting for that big ult round to bring you back, and it gets wasted there, and it just falls completely out of control. Really disappointing for Liquid.
I think he fat-fingered that one, you know?
Yeah.
And the Yoru clone...
Because why would he be TPing there?
Yeah,
yeah. Just a fat finger.
It makes no sense. And the Yoru clone, like, he's done that twice before in huge, high-pressure situations, and it's always worked out. But Dan, they have to clean this up if they want to have a chance.
I don't know. I feel like it's a tricky situation. I know that when teams, are able to, or when they lose so one-sided, they're able to reset very quickly. But I just feel like those little mistakes, and in general, as we go into Abyss, the way that we saw and things that we saw for Liquid last time, I'm a little concerned. I don't know if they can come back.
I'm glad you mentioned being able to reset, because there's no better leader in IGL in the world than Nats when it comes to helping his team reset. And this is some of the words, speeches he gave during the last game.
Just enjoy being here right now. Enjoy being on the stage. Enjoy playing every single round. We already mentioned that once, that not every team, every person gets opportunity to play here, to feel the stage, to see the crowd, to be on the champions, right? We said that. So let's enjoy every single round, every single opportunity, every single freestyle, every eco, anything. Just think about round by round. Think about how you want to play out the round, how you want to enjoy the round. Boys, we don't know how many days left. They live day by day, play round by round, support each other, bring positivity, and let's be as a team right now.
Well, they don't have much of a choice, because if they lose this, they will be eliminated. And the last time we saw that Abyss, the attack just was not it.
No, it was rough for this team. The biggest issues, I think, were when they were going for their hard executes. The timings were just off. They were diving in quickly with Camo on the Jet, that the timing was off on the Paranoia or the Flash. He dies first on that entry, and then the rest of the team is so hamstrung to try and get into the site.
And even on the defense, the things that you get to see from them, I just feel like they were lacking, and they had to go into these aggressive pushes to make anything work out.
Okay, EDG changed it up here. They move
mental.
Yeah, they move away from the Sage comp that they showed previously. I do like pulling that one as a gimmick. Now switching over to this comp, which we've seen a team like DRX run. And you know the great synergy between the Yoru, the Waylay on that double dive, and how hard those two agents are to deal with. But Dan, Liquid is the team who just lost to DRX and played them on 2 maps where they were running this comp.
And it's Chichu Astra. It's Chichu Astra.
I don't know for Liquid, is that enough experience? I really like this from EDG. I mean, I feel like what we saw from the Waylay from the Euro when DRX were playing it was incredible. Of course, you're kind of pinching into the side when you're going for that execute, and it just works out so well.
The other twist, though, is they're playing no Senti whatsoever. They're running the double bowl smokes comp, which we saw this getting quite popular at the beginning of the year when Abyss was in the pool. I like what it can do with the Astra having global utility to help while keeping line control of the Omen and having tons of smokes on both sides of the map to default utility into mid and help take that space.
Yeah, and the reason I'm getting so excited, of course, is the Chichu Astra is how they beat Heretics at Champs Finals is back. We're going to see it again. Do you guys like the fact that they've thrown a spanner into the works?
I love it.
It's a good risk.
The last gimmick worked. Let's see a new one.
Yeah,
I love it, but I'm worried for Liquid. I'm so worried. I thought if it was any team that was going to change comp, it was going to be them.
Playing that standard comp again is the one that they've been playing all year. It didn't work last time. To be fair, for both of the teams, they didn't win Abyss last time. But I mean, EDG, I'm so excited to see this double duel this.
Yeah, for Team Liquid, their backs are against the wall because Bren and Saito, if they don't win here, they will be the first team to be eliminated at Champs.
It's just unthinkable, really, for a team like Team Liquid with such high expectations for themselves. As an org this entire year, I would argue that they've been playing some of the best Valorant that they ever have all year, right? And to go out here as one of the first teams to exit out of Champs will be a bitter, bitter disappointment. They have to turn it around here and now on Abyss, but they're up against an EDG. They're just unleashed, really. The confidence is sky high. The players are laughing on the stage. They're feeling it. This is their moment. They've been in spots like this before. Not going to let this one slip.
And I love the idea of bringing out a different composition. Team Liquid will have been doing a lot of theory against the Sage comp that EDG ran last time. Of course, they're aware of Yoru Waylay because they just played against it with DRX, but EDG can set the tempo the whole game with this, and they're going to right off rip by going for that walk push again down mid. Pretty common idea.
That gets acknowledgement. Signs of life here, spotted out here with the Cloudburst to go around the side. It's an updraft, a dash here from Camo, looking to exit into just on the one side of the smokes and a flash pop through. It's all elegant, well pieced together here by Team Liquid, but no one to receive it.
The flank trip just broken. What's the response from Liquid? Do they go forwards and flip the map? They haven't planted for it, but that's what they're going to do.
Fight to be taken here. Camo just spots it off to the shoulder here. Nobody's going to be cleaned up regardless. Chichu's the one being put under that squeeze and the pressure, and it has to be the flank players to pop off and really collect a few kills now. Getting a move on, 3 players down, making moves over towards it, a hinder up towards the top, but the crossfire set up. Team Liquid have got this one completely under control. The pistol round goes their way. Sorely needed.
Absolutely. I mean, that was decisive from Liquid. They made the right call there, or at least one of the potential right calls, to flip the map completely and push forwards into spawn, and then had good crossfire and high-low setups ready for the flank. So, actually, playing faster than the Waylay Yoru composition, which I was surprised to see, but exactly what they need to do. And getting off onto the right foot again. I say again, actually. What I should say is, for one of the first times at Champs, because they haven't been winning a lot of these pistols. And of course, we saw them go down 10-0 on map 1. EDG stacking and taking a gamble, but on the wrong side of the map. Yeah, it's going to be very common for EDG to be doing these fast pushes out on defense. It's one of the best ways of playing on Abyss. You don't really want to be playing a lot of the time for a retake unless you've got a big push like this, and that's, he's allowed to die. He's one of the players with Ghost in hand, and he will tell his team, don't worry about that. There is nobody home on the B site. I just got pushed by 17 people.
The orb real quick before the plan goes down, so real min-maxing occurring by EDG, and even walkabouts by Team Liquid in through spawn. It was a TP.
Dangerous.
Kango's here, even a shot landing, but the not in the hands of Camo here. Yeah, rifle gets the better of it. Kiko missing a few shots with the Outlaw. Hard to get value out of Ecos when you're playing on Abyss. Long-range sight lines, but...
I mean, we see a lot of teams just throw themselves off the map, don't we?
Exactly, yeah.
Not what EDG look like they're going for currently, but totally could. Doesn't look like they're really trying to contest too much space. But this has got to get the confidence going early here for Liquid. They're not a bad Abyss map, not by any measure. The first time, in fact, that they have ever lost on Abyss was that match that you just saw recently with Team Liquid losing to DRX. Apart from that, they were 5-0. Hadn't played against the best teams in the world on this map, but you know, some solid wins against some good opponents.
Yeah.
And technically undefeated. Again, up until this tournament where they faced off against DRX, who are one of the best teams in the world and always have been on this map. A really great understanding of how you play this. So normally we'd be looking at a map like this and we'd be saying, oh, what a clash. Two great teams that understand the map really well. But after what you've all just seen on Sunset, I'm concerned to sell you a high-level Valorant match here.
It's leaving the expectations a bit topsy-turvy.
It is.
That's for sure.
And of course, it would be great if Team Liquid rebounded and could make a match out of this. Paddy waiting for the arrow, and the knife catches onto nobody again.
No utility to help him out here. It's going to be that same exit that we saw from prior. TP's across onto either side of things. Nobody's going to try and lock this one and hold it down all the way. Kiko spotted out and does land his shots. Rings true from the rifle. Chi2's able to supplement anyway. Trades it out, evens it out. That Molly though, rebounding. Nade to the corner. Paddy to the shoulder, peek it out. That's a spike drop down into his lap. Trex, quick cleanup. Upgrade acquired and the plan towards the back of the site.
Good recovery and risk taken, and Nats covers Vent.
That's
one body shot. Well, now both of these players died at one.
One bullet left up, biding their time, waiting it out now on a quick repetition from both of them. Hinder off onto the corner. Gianni finds it onto Trex. Double dash forwards as well, straight into the face. We bring it into the 1v1. Nats versus Smoggy, and damage done to Smoggy! Oh my goodness! It had to be shot from Smoggy. It had to be. To deny that bonus conversion, but deny it he does.
Two massive kills. Flick shots as well. Gianni being able to dismiss Trex and Smoggy onto Nats, because otherwise that looked like Liquid's round on the bonus to win. I like the idea of going for the double dive with the Jet and the Omen, but the timing and spacing wasn't quite there. Kiko couldn't trade out camo instantly, so they kind of trickled into the back though. Yeah, Gianni being able to get that kill onto Trex, and as I said, Smoggy's flick kill at the end on Nats, both having to take the fights at a disadvantage, but winning anyway. I mean, look at what it's done to the eco, though. The EDG win the round, and they come into this one with an eco.
Yeah.
With a half fight. You very rarely see that. But the bonus, devastating.
Very good in terms of the damage done.
The problem is as well that this is going to reset EDG's loss bonus, too. They're going to get the minimum amount of money.
Smoggy didn't know which way to look there. There's a drone coming into his face, dart sailing sky high and over. He was the rifle player, the danger man. Kiko trying to hop up, hold on when he's trying to find himself onto a cheeky angle. Gianni letting loose here, and that Sheriff is singing, still snapping off to the side. Quick 180 is occurring into mid. These kills are being cleaned up.
Paddy Tech needs help. Paddy's alone, trying to get the plant down with no assistance. Doesn't want to take a 1v1 against Kang Kang.
Just for the Sheriff though for Kang Kang. Sees Trex out and just the shoulder takes the fight and the swing.
Clean.
3-1 here for Team Liquid. It's what we needed to see.
Yeah, Team Liquid coming out here to play. Something that Nats has been saying, or the coaches have been talking about. Rallied the troops a little. I should mention that in map 1, I had no idea about how that Yoru tech even worked, about how Camo cancelled his ultimate, but I think the Desk are right. You know, signs like that of nerves, you know, missed inputs, brain not quite being on the game. Felt very similar to their match against DRX where they were making massive mistakes, so we'll have to see whether any of that creeps into the game, but at the moment, playing some pretty clean Valorant.
Calm, collected. Tool's going to be primed and ready, waiting for contact by EDG. Cloudburst as well, obfuscates, hides the intent, but a dash forwards as well. Reveals pretty much all of it. Smoggy's forward though, up onto that corner. Has to sidestep and dodge that one. TP into the corner, no way, that's Fury. Not even collecting, and this guy, oh my god, what a menace. Jump rope over towards that with a Hunter's Fury, not even collecting it. TP in this way, and that Kang Kang helping out. It's up to Nats now, last one left, and he knows he's low. Jordy trying to collect it, nobody is finished off.
Well, they'll know that Smoggy is low as well. They can confirm that he has only 5 HP. And Nats with the shorty could possibly finish these two off. Kang Kang's the danger player. They doubled up, but they're not looking.
Taking a peek, no way, the heads are turned entirely the wrong way.
They were so convinced that Nats was coming from mid, and they're just wide out in the open to the spawn reflank. That is a major mistake from EDG, not considering that he could have taken that pathing. Maybe just thinking about him going and getting the spike instead, which was abandoned in B main. Oh.
Get up! Let's go, us! Get up! Get up!
What an error, and that's knocked EDG's Eco down again. And you've got to see Kankan with op in hand on this map, right? If he's going to be playing the Yoru, and he's going to be on defense, you want to see him absolutely dominating using the operator like he was on Sunset. That was such a big problem for Liquid. And their economy's not even been close to getting one in his hands.
No, barely been a good buy the entire time.
Smoggy's got a bit of money here.
Going walkabout again, just looking for any advantage you can. You're under half by 8, you can take risks on a round like this, but already losing Kankan. A slow and steady gameplay of Team Liquid. Sailing them nicely to a potential third map.
Well, EDG are about to get some big ultimates online as well, so even if they do lose this round where their weapons are bad, they're going to have, you know, Waylay ult, Cosmic Divide for the retake alongside Kankan and Nobody can sync up the Yoru ult. So overall combos like this comp that EDG are running is fantastic for defensive ultimates and retake ultimates.
Yeah, it definitely is. Any pushback though and supplementary spam into the smokes ensures that Smoggy will not be able to be that danger player.
It's definitely one of those rounds where you don't want to jump off the map. You do want to die in order to get your ult online. You're not that worried about feeding too many of the attacking players either. Paddytech with an ult command. To be honest though, with what EDG have got working, I think Paddy wants to be saving this ult to stop retakes. So in an ideal world, Nats wants to be calling some kind of strat where they can get into the site just using refreshable utility knife recon, and then saving null command to stop, for example, Cosmic Divide, Dimensional Drift, these kind of plays. And EDG are going to take attack timeout here, which is a little surprising because I think that the game plan at this point should just be around the ult.
Sure.
I'm sure that EDG have set ult rounds that they want to run with this comp, and you don't know whether those are going to fail because, frankly, you haven't even tried them yet. Your ults haven't been online in the first 6 rounds.
And not just that, I mean, you really haven't been playing any gun rounds. I mean, you had the bonus, which you barely won, and then your economy took a tumble.
Yeah.
They haven't had a chance to really flex or play at all in this map so far. So timeout taken.
And it's, in some sense, nice to see Team Liquid bounce back. And also be able to pick up some attacking rounds because that was something that they struggled with enormously in the game against DRX.
Yeah.
They just couldn't get onto the sites, to be honest with you. So seeing them go for that Camo Kiko double dive onto A, that looks like something, I mean, not necessarily new. We've seen teams do that before, but something that they weren't trying as much in the previous match. On the other hand, though, EDG, if you have a bit of a rough performance here on your own map pick, you do not want things to be going to 3 after you crushed on map 1. Anytime you start out a series 13-3 on your opponent's map pick, you've got to be able to close it out, I think.
Yeah.
You don't want to offer any opportunity for your opponents to get back into the game. And a reminder that that's the first map that VCT CN has even been able to get at Champs. And it was a 13-3 utterly dominant victory. Team Liquid hiding there over towards A main, trying to bait out a potential push. Hide from a dart that would be thrown from Nobody.
It's an attack side operator for Nats. Taking this one slowly. Look in his face, couldn't really push himself up onto the line like he was hoping for, but why not? Run it again. Exact same exit. It's going to be it. Round 2. Oh my goodness!
What a shot.
Sharp as anything with that blade. Someone Camo's not done yet. Listen to this guy. He's making moves and running around the site, making sure to have that quick cleanup. Nobody's in though, but again, can't withstand it. Too much pressure and heat coming in his way, and Camo just really seeing if he can do even more. 3-piece so far. One step further.
Paddytech utilizing the null command as well just to ensure that that round goes their way. But everybody on EDG trying to play on site to defend A, instead of trying to utilize their ultimates. None used apart from Smoggy's, which was just to provide some reinforcement. And now he's all the way over towards B.
Going hunting. One more, that's all he needs.
And the money has been a nightmare for EDG. No op, no savings. Smoggy hunted down.
Gonna be isolated here. Spotted out, there's your ace. Well, the best
Camo.
clip in the world, but maybe we can cut it down.
Camo's going to get some confidence off the back of that. His entries were nice.
I mean,
this one is really good. Right before he goes for the updraft, Chichu not expecting him to make the full wraparound, maybe expecting him to push CT instead. Camo cleans up.
Let's go!
That round is a massive blow for EDG. They didn't even get a chance to use their ults. No, economy's knocked again. Now round 9 is where you're going to be playing for the big ult retake rounds.
Really
the half has already run away from you.
Been no real chance for EDG to get back into this. Going for an aggro play as well. Up the gut, straight through mid. Nothing seen though. Not just yet, but Kiko, hold on, he's gone. That's a rifle gone, and the upgrade claimed. Kang knocks himself out, but the TP just unfortunate. Already being covered in terms of the cross out towards heaven. Deep Dark. Jenny trying to play inside that smoke. He's being rattled and shredded to pieces by the bullets. Nobody looking to help out. That rifle getting good value now. Picked all the way back up. Hold on, dropping the gun.
What's going on?
Camo.
What's going on with Camo's keyboard?
Yeah, Jenny is going to know exactly what's going on. At least there's going to be a player close hearing that. Signs of life. And cuts it up close quarters. Exactly where the Stinger thrives.
He has pulled all 4 players, the defenders, over towards B. But he's also hand-delivered them a rifle and left his team in a 2v4 on an anti-eco. First round here where Liquid look a little more dodgy.
Still, timing is going to be tight. It's a plant on the other side where the rest of EDG, on the opposite side of the map. Abyss is a big one.
Team Liquid need to take aggressive fights and then fall back. So you're looking for Nats to take a peek, pick one off, and then go back into a more passive position.
There it is, Nats.
Goes for the repeat.
Claims it, goes for the repeat. That's a nade at your feet though, and you're going to be feeling the heat dashes from Paddy to try and stop them. This guy with a rifle in hand, they're making it work. Might have been at that player disadvantage, but it matters not now because the time fully against them. Nobody swinging around looking for an easy target. Down to the bitter end in the final few moments. 7-1 now, that scoreline for Team Liquid.
And that really is a nightmare round. They're in a 4v2. They've managed to pick up some weaponry. That's theirs to win, EDG. And 2 players together. Paddy in particular. Oh, we don't need to see that again, do we? But Paddy in particular over here. It's not the cleanest kills in the world, but it gets the job done. Jenny and Chishu both fall. And Paddy keeps the win streak alive. Nats as well, 13-2, way better than his performance on Abyss against DRX, where he was languishing at the bottom of the scoreboard. Ult deep, up towards mid, Kiko clears it completely. EDG, no one home. And you expect them to be fighting more of a mid on rounds like this because they're also so good for retake, but
Reclearing in the wrong direction.
So deep.
They think it's in a different area. The knives were out. They thought that was safe as anything. Nobody barely getting a handle onto it. Not thinking about it though, almost falling to that, potentially up onto that angle. Crosses it up once more. Nobody's eager to try and take this fight straight towards him. That's! He's a menace, man! Steps up straight into the cage, into the pit. Smoggy dishes it straight back. Chichu, necessary one to win out. As the head of Camo taken clean off. A 2v3 now. It's ZDG. And a chance. They cannot squander this. Chichu
takes a fight before using the ult.
Peeking out. Here it is now. Conversion pass. Going to be slowing down most of the approach here. The double dash forwards. Paddy had no chance, no choice but to run forwards with it. But EDG finally get that second round.
They need all the rest in the half. Maybe, I mean, it is an attack-sided map. Maybe they can get away with 3 or 4 if they win the pistol, but ideally, EDG with all of these ults still available to them, apart from the Waylay ult that they just expended, should be trying to get another couple at least on the board here. Big trade onto Nats in mid through that smoke.
Enemy remaining.
Paddy caught on a more aggressive angle. 3v3, and Team Liquid chose to fight pretty aggro there in the post-bank. Camo almost looking like he wants to go for pushes to get the confidence flowing. He's ego checking a lot, but it's working for him on this map. He's 10-6. And this play, I've seen this, the nightmare of Team Heretics.
A heavy group up. You're going to be meeting it now with that paranoia forwards as well. Double dash in. You've seen a double TP, but this is a swift dismissal of anything. Hunter's Fury with a dart. It's deep. An attempt to see if they can even the scales, but EDG are still at that disadvantage. Kang answers back immediately.
Finally, with op in hand, he's allowed to wreak havoc. Trex took a flash from that nobody ultimate, so he's knocked down onto lower HP as well. Team Liquid have to scatter, no B control, no information even as to how many players are over towards there. They think Kang and nobody could be there, but of course Kang super mobile around the map playing Yoru. They're going to go back over towards A. They've been favoring this A finish most of the time, but Nats with a chance to pick up one in mid.
Spotted it. Nobody. Just drifting into the sight line. TP's going to be taken here from Kang. He wants to get active now over towards this A site. They know that this is roughly where it's going to be landing. Nats as well, constantly creeping around, trying to take these timings against them. Not stopped. 6 bullets left in the chamber, and he's already claimed it. It's a bullet to the temple. Camo clean up Chichu. 2-8 now.
And Nat's doing work in mid. This is more what you expect from the guy. We're talking about his form and how good he looks. Top 3 player in the world kind of potential. That's an interesting play. They thought that everyone would be caught by that. They'd have an opportunity to TP Smoggy up. He gets hit. See how hyped up Team Liquid are because they've experienced the doldrums on Sunset. They're having a roller coaster of a game here. I mean, being an EDG fan is already enough of a roller coaster. Yinsu was alluding towards it. Normally, your heart's in your mouth when you watch this team, but this might be a case of it being spread out a bit more throughout the match. The ups and the downs.
Topsy-turvy. Great shots in the fight taken already. That cloud burst as well. That exchange of that util. Camo's looking to get involved, but that stun connects, and it's a point-and-click adventure game for Gianni. Find the traces, and he does claim the life of Camo. Kiko evens it out up towards Heaven.
Yeah, a bit of a spam kill over there towards Nobody, who's been liking to play from that more aggressive angle. They can hear Kang getting into a spot. Nats gets one.
It's barely the top of his head. Everything's being covered here by Team Liquid. That flash is perfect on top of it. It's all being set up for success. Nats!
He's dominating.
He's unleashed.
Well, it was Kang in map 1, wasn't it? And now Nats has woken up. First map where you're really seeing him flex his muscles. 19-3 across 11 rounds. Now I can't. Was Kang 19-4 to end the first half? He certainly was 18-4 at some point. I wasn't sure whether that was his finishing score. Pretty ridiculous. He ended 21-5, sorry. Okay. So Nat still has a bit of a way to go. Needs another 2 kills if he wants to match Kang's success on Sunset.
Get his chance. Last round of the first half. Double dash forwards again by Gianni, and looking for that one with a follow-up. Oh my! Mows them down, Phantom in hand.
6-set play.
Done. Deep with a hint, and that TP as well going to be cancelled out. Kiko managed, dealt with Chichigo and Walkabout as well. This could give up opportunities and openings potentially. Goes down to his idol.
There's the 20th.
And could be more danger. Flying in wait.
And
yes.
There's the 21st and an open B site.
Nats is not stopping now. Deep push out by EDG, looking to get control back into this round. Every single one counts for them, EDG. We know how poor the defensive half is on Abyss.
Well, Nats would have to pull out Spike. An even better performance than Kang did if he wants to get a 10-2 half here. Even 9-3 though. An incredible recovery for Liquid. But a win here, still possible in the hands of Liquid's leader.
The captain is looking composed as anything. Cold with it. ISO the fight, but a quick trade nevertheless. Nobody makes his mark in the final round of this first half, and it will be that full-on diffuse. 3 rounds. Is it enough being the question here for EDG? We already know this is their least favored side of Abyss, and the attack side they can really get going. We'll find out. It's a Team Liquid that is raring to go.
Yeah, EDG, they desperately need a pistol here as we head into round 13, but this set play was lovely. Very similar to what we've seen coming out from MIBR, for example, on Corrode. 3 picked off instantly. They didn't find the value that they wanted out of the big ult rounds, I think, on their defense. What's it? Big difference between map 1 and map 2 here.
Massive difference, and the vibes are fully up here for Team Liquid. Needed to see that turnaround, but for now we're going to send it down to the floor to see an interview of a very special guest.
Et EDG ont leur lot de fans dans le monde et Paris ne fait pas exception. Hi Claire, welcome to Paris. First of all, it's a pleasure to have you with us. My first question is going to be on your super fan journey. How did it start? Like, what made you love EDG at the start?
Well, thanks for your question. And actually, I'm already like 3 years of fan EDG. Like from Tokyo, I saw the Kang Supper and Istanbul, and finally they won the champion last year in Seoul. And now I'm come to Paris to support them.
Yes, very dedicated fan indeed. Donc c'est quoi un petit peu ce qui t'a fait aimer EDG? Comment est-ce que ton aventure de fan a commencé? Bah tout simplement, ça fait 3 ans, j'ai découvert EDG au Champions Tokyo avec cette fameuse célébration de Kang avec son opérateur, et depuis je n'ai pas arrêté de les soutenir. And you know, sometimes as a fan you can have tough times, you know, when your team is losing and stuff. So do you have any advice for fans to keep rooting for their team even in tough times?
Well, I think it's not the first time they put in this tough period. Like last year, they still have this tough time, but they proved them. They win the champion, so I hope all the fans will support them as usual and just believe them and let them enjoy the game.
Yeah, they won and they can win again, indeed. I agree with you on that. Comment est-ce qu'on fait pour continuer de soutenir sa team, même dans les moments difficiles? Bah regardez, l'année dernière, ils ont eu des galères et pourtant, ils ont gagné les Champions. Donc, il ne faut jamais abandonner. And I'm not gonna ask you to betray your team here, Claire, but if you had to pick one player from Team Liquid who you think is the strongest, who would it be?
Well, I think Nas is not betrayed. Come on, Choo will choose Nas as well. So let's enjoy this team between them. I believe both of them.
We love that battle between Chichu and Nats, indeed. Et si tu devais choisir quand même, sans trahir ton équipe, un joueur que tu trouves très fort chez Team Liquid, ça serait évidemment Nats, et Chichu l'adore également. Thank you very much for joining me, Claire. And we're going to see if EDG can manage to come back on Abyss. Thank you.
Listen, I'm not too ready to count out EDG just yet. 3 rounds at the half, but we've seen how good their attack side is on Abyss. For Team Liquid, though, much better signs of life. You know, things we were looking for. I mean, Nat's at the tippity top of the scoreboard. He's 22-4 currently.
Yeah, it's outrageous. I mean, it's pretty much the same damage that Kankan was putting up in the first half of Sunset. He even gets a better stat line somehow, 22-4 instead of 21-5. Ludicrous what he's been able to do. And on the flip side of that, if you were looking at the Coinbase Econ report before we went into Nats and taking a look at Kong, right down towards the bottom, trying to get the operator into his hands, not finding any value with it, not really using his ultimate as well the whole half, and 4-12 on the scoreboard. So maybe not as practiced with this comp, maybe not having the same level of ideas, or maybe just EDG not being as comfortable on defense side Abyss, because that was the side, of course, where we saw them slip to NRG as well.
Preemptive here with a spam. Just a couple of stray shots. That's sitting nice and pretty up towards heaven.
Yeah, I mean, EDG getting the entirety of mid control. That's just expecting, listening for it. An A split through the vents. And triple stacking over towards B. But they've given Kong a ton of room over here.
That's a lot of space.
There's Cam for contact. Trip broken.
Camo is going to be close here. Trying to cut up the angles nice and tight. Try and take a fight potentially that might come his way, but that smoke is going to be dissipating. Time is being bought potentially here. Kang. Yep, lying in wait, and there it is. Strikes right at the right time. You can hear it off without footsteps, and now quick TP and a pivot. Different directions going to be called for.
Oh, good call though. Good re-clear from Camo and Nats. Telling Trex and Paddy to stay on B.
30 seconds
Otherwise, they could have bought that fake entirely.
He's going to put the pressure on Trex. He's already been spotted out here in full towards that back of the site, and he's looking to see if he can step up anyways. Right out into the open. Shots are fired. Still, he's blinded up, and the kills being claimed all over the place. These stragglers here from Team Liquid just giving up the defensive positions. It's all just down to Camo and Nats.
They're aware of the flank as well.
Is low. Goes down just to the one bullet, but to the dome, a bit overkill. Still gets the job done. Camo drifting in and out, making a lot of noise in the process. Chichu's got a pretty good idea of where he is currently, and Camo dropped down. Shouldn't be favored there at all, but wins the fight out anyway, and suddenly they have an in, and they have more. Nats spotting out, cleaning up. It's down to Camo in that 1v1. Him versus Smoggy. Comes down to those details. Smoggy will seal it up.
Health advantage, frenzy in hand. Smoggy looking calm. But that pistol was all EDG and nearly fumbled. This was a desperate one. They had to win it. And the deep insert of Kong. He was given a ton of space and a lot of room to work with. Caught Kiko. Was able to come out on top. An attack snowball is super possible with EDG's composition. The ults should be good. EDG probably have a lot of ideas for how they want to run this as well on their attack side. But Liquid, the best rounds I saw them play against ERX when Liquid was on defense was just pushing. Full 5-person, 4-person pushes around the map.
And they're again out wide into the open. These players have been ripped to pieces. Camo and Nats are top performers for Liquid.
I think this is one of the rounds where you want to toss yourself off the map, because you do not want to start feeding the ult cycle of EDG. They stack a couple of players, see if they could get something cheeky going on the B site, and then deny any of that ult progress.
Gets us into round 15 nice and quick.
Yeah, very quickly. And Noel, more than halfway online, Kang picks up the operator.
That's interesting.
Yeah, attack side op on the bonus. He's the only person to go and force. It's a risk. They're down 5-9. Maybe they feel like they need to take one. He is amazing with the attack side op.
Liquid looking for that flash play, pops through, and there it is, looking for the time to strike from Camo. Spots multitude of players, no dash actually propped. Could go for a second go of things here, but a spam, and there it is. It's a knife, not even a flash to set him up. Doesn't matter. Takes a fight anyways. Here's nobody picking up that orb. Posted back up, but Kang will have to respect that one way.
No, but he's going to be a bit mad about that. The whole point was that he was supposed to be covered by a couple of players. And Kang was hoping for the push. Just, first of all, took a flash to the face, had to stop peeking. Then wasn't really set up to punish Camo. And now isn't really going to be offered the nicest angles here. Oh, missed.
Drone broken. Doesn't spot out Kang, and that's the big reveal. This operator into his hands. Finally, they know it. Flash forwards. Bit of a south line, but all good. To see if they can pop their way back in here, but Adana's going to be slowing them down. It is incredibly slow and steady. Just with that operator dashing forwards as well. Trex is feeling that heat now, and it's been turned up all the way. Tech, we're going to be rejoining him, seeing if he can put a stop to most of this one, but it's disjointed by EDG. And they're being pulled apart at the seams. No real chance for him here, but a spike drop down into the open. Trex has got his watchful eye onto it. From that perch, Kang, the last one left. Not too much to do in a spot like this. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He's going to be finished. 10-5 now for Team Liquid.
The smoke on site thrown by Kiko is perfect for Paddy to play around. And EDG's game plan is to have one person peek from up top and one person to swing around. But I think probably the teams they're playing against don't run this on-site smoke, because you can see that Chishu and Gianni are not actually facing together. Chishu peeks first and Gianni's inside the smoke and then has to run through. Paddy Tech's popping off.
Yep.
Ult's still quite a long way from getting online, and because Kang went for the operator, now only with a stinger in hand.
Start is broken. That is nasty shooting.
Whoa,
tracking Chichu straight through.
Gun here.
Nothing wasted though. The gun's still going to be picked up. Instant proactivity by Team Liquid as a deep drone down mid. Make sure the players are posted up. Camo itching for a fight.
And he's been a lot better here on Abyss playing Jet compared to his Euro gameplay on Sunset. Got his feet underneath him.
It is time to strike his knife. Smoke into your face. Paddy's up towards the back of the site. It's just him and Trex. Supplementary spam from that angle. Trex really couldn't see a thing, but then they underhanded with the flash. Blind as anything. They combine it up with the dart. Good util combos. Leaves it just down to Kang. Ready to be unleashed once more. It would have to be an ace for him. Turn this one around entirely. Spotted out by Trex. Oof, even gifted a chance at that 1v1. Just in that fight taken, Trex will offer himself up to it.
A lot more of the raw duels going the way of Liquid as well in this map compared to Sunset. The start of Sunset, EDG looked like they could do no wrong. Whereas here, I mean, look at how nice this one is from Camo. And then Trex has been super sharp, finishing off Kang at the end. That flash recon play as well, a really nice protocol. And now you've got a bit of a weird round where EDG finally have a big attack ultimate to be able to work with. It's Kang, but he's got a Bucky and everybody else has terrible weaponry to work with. But, I mean, it could be the last chance.
Yeah. Could be. It's not even getting a bit of a reveal.
They're not even forcing this round. I mean, if your game plan is to go in with Yoruel, why not force? Play for the game.
Just to clear this one out. Going to be seeing most of this now with a double dash up through into heaven. Trex hindered. Oh, you don't want to be jumping there, but okay. Gianni eventually going to be picking up that fight. Gun picked up. That's his forwards though. Eager to take that fight again, and he does draw blood up towards heaven, making sure to dominate that angle, make it a little bit easier for Team Liquid to play this retake now.
Kang playing with a Bucky inside the smoke, has to get it refreshed, and Smoggy does.
Off site here. This is post-plant being played with the pull and a Hunter's Fury. Kang, don't know what goes wrong there, but again, just fires a little bit too early. Camo clearing most of the way. Drafting the dash as well, back to safety now. Time being played. But the pressure is mounting, being applied on every single side here. Look at this camo, and that's drifting in through main. Kiko with the defuse already just being stopped in his marks and his tracks with the Hunter's Fury. It's good damage done, but where's the next layer of this one?
There's
to
no
pull
time.
out wide. No one's forward to try and take this fight. But again, it comes down to that finer detail. And sharpshooting at Chichu to put a cap onto the round.
Chishu can't quite recover a better weapon in the end. So only going to be able to keep a Spectre going. But it was EDG picking up a round desperately needed. I like the retake protocols as well here, but this comp that EDG are running just has so much good post plan.
Yeah.
You have the pull, you have the ults. It should be a fantastic comp for EDG to win, but maybe because they were running two different Abyss compositions, they've split their time with it a little. They've got a chance though at getting some level of a snowball going. 4 rifles coming into this round alongside Chishu's Spectre.
Cutting through.
And if Chishu can pick up this orb, as he's doing, very easy to get a Cosmic Divide play going, especially on A. A is usually where we see these Astral plays go.
Central plan up towards bridge if they want to go for it. That's trips that are going to be cleaned up. Sharknart's finding it. Camera towards the top. Stars at your feet. You will have to respect that. A bit of a move on. It's a deep push out. That's making the call for this one over towards A already. Time is of the essence. Team Liquid are way ahead of the curve on this one. It's up to EDG. See if they can get this plant down. Onto bridge, there's no disruption, but it's going to be a fast take happening. 2 players off onto the flank already.
Deploying drone. And this is a potential weakness of the comp. Chishu's gone back to cover it. But he has no good weapon.
Timing. It's brutal. He's not the Spectre, but he wants it close quarters anyway with that Sheriff in hand. Just tucks himself deep into it. Has to recognize that it could be a possibility. And yes, Kiko finds a kill. All eyes now to be watching onto this one because it is being applied, and Smoggy's the only one to really dish it straight back at you. Nobody now feeling it from every single angle. This retake is just impeccable. Team Liquid, so much discipline. And a completely different team compared to that first map that we saw. This is the Team Liquid that we expected.
The Team Liquid that we haven't seen yet a chance until this map of Abyss. The round could look very different if Chishu had a weapon. If Chishu had some kind of rifle there and felt confident to actually take the jewels on the flank, you really could have seen the flank retake crumble. But everything worked out there for Liquid. And now EDG are going to take attack timeout. The second one on the map. The last one they'll have until this, if this, goes to OT. And Gianni hasn't really been able to get the value to get up to his ultimate early. And I think that's one of the other big tools that they're probably banking on using. You could get a really nice B exec going. Or even like an ult and then a double dash into A Heaven, for example. We've seen that Waylay can be a very nice pick on this map. But the ultimate is a key part of that. And it hasn't really been present. Stress here.
Pressure on the shoulders of EDG.
And the economy taking a tumble as well, because they just won a round, lost one, lost bonus reset, lost all of your rifles. So it's going to be an extremely difficult 6 rounds in a row that EDG would have to put together in order to get this one to overtime.
That's just sitting near the top. Look at this guy, 27-7. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, funnily enough, his actual stats for this half, not that remarkable, I suppose. But on the attack side, he was a monster. And I've actually been really impressed with Camo as well, because I think the recovery from him and his willingness to take fights has been pretty excellent. Smoggy coming in here with the Vukashubai, the Vandal with no armor.
Sending it.
It's like he's here with us.
Some level of it. See what he can get done with that weapon again, but this is everything invested. EDG will have to drag it back 1 round at a time.
And notice how slow EDG are playing at the start of these rounds. They're expecting pushes from Team Liquid, because that's what they did every defense round they won against DRX. Big 4-person pushes, pushing out B, pushing out A.
Deep drone, hold on, as a player that could punish. Trex is here, forwards again. And there it is, he spots it out. Hello, nobody was on the phone. To who? Not too sure, but again, No coverage in sight. You're not really going to be anticipating that one here, but Trex is even getting all this extra information.
That's a sick protocol from Team Liquid. The paranoia there is to stop anybody who's helping or scaling off the drone. And then you know that you've got a free kill on nobody because he's channeling the ability. Really like that punish play.
High-low as well to disrupt this one that's coming their way. EDG grouping up for the A-pot.
It's quite committed when your team is in a 5v4 with Sova ultimate.
30 seconds left.
To put a stop to this one, though. We'll see how good EDG are trying to take this fight again. That dash is immediately stunted in your place. And KK's off the map, man! For the finish like that is a 13-6. Flawless stuff. Not what EDG wanted, but Team Liquid have bounced right back.
The final round, a microcosm of what was going wrong for EDG there. Comedic finish. But just a whirlwind this match has been. Couldn't find a more different map 2 to map 1.
And now we're hoping as well, Bind as that final territory between both of these teams. It's elimination here at Jams. Hopefully it's going to bring out the best of both of these squads.
Patrick, we need to be in their head every single second.
Every single second. Hey, look. 3, 2, 1. Pop.
Why? How is it went that easy?
I don't know. Oh, okay, yo, get him off the stage, this shitter. He broke the terms of contact.
Terms of contact?
Yeah. Let's go.
Game changers. It's about competition, pure happiness. It's like a crazy experience. We're making history. It means so much to us. It's good to be back.
I guess what I've been looking for success.
The beauty of gaming is it doesn't matter who you are. And as long as I'm good enough,
Everybody's getting a 4K.
I can go as far as I want.
That's what I like to see, baby.
全世界都会知道我们的厉害。
What a fantastic response from Nats and his teammates on the side of Team Liquid.
Mainly Nats.
That's crazy. Nats. I am your hosting Sue. I've got Dan and Mimi here back with me again. That was a terrific map from Team Liquid, but also Mimi, you managed to kind of listen to their comms a little bit in the first half.
Yeah, I was listening in for that first part, and I think it's really impressive how much of the time in the communication Nats is taking up. We know him as a strong leader. You've heard his speeches before, but he really does so much in being very precise in what he wants in every pre-round, of directing every player, microing them when he needs to, but also just being an incredibly calm and consistent presence in the communication. Well, also, Dan, performing like that is ridiculous from Nats.
It was insane. We had questions about, they're keeping the composition, going into that first half, what they were going to be able to do, and it was all about Nats. Not only was he trying to find some opening towards mid, kind of in the same way that we saw Kanking do in the last series, but also playing when they're playing this 4-1s or when they're playing this 1-1-3s. He is the last man that is alive, the last man that is clutching rounds like this and making sure that, Team Liquid are pushing it to map 3 and they don't get eliminated.
And look how many of these rounds are him in mid getting value. Here he's all the way up top mid. I think one of the biggest mistakes for EDG's defense was ceding that space far too often. They played this double controller, double duelist comp that is excellent at fighting forward with the duelists or playing retakes with the smokes. But a lot of the time they were actually trying to hard anchor instead, and their anchor players were dying early a lot to these liquid entries from Camo, and I would have much rather seen them being more proactive at fighting mid, putting a priority on flushing Nats' lurks, because they got just way too much value that half.
Every time. It didn't even feel like lurks at some point. It just felt like he was TPing there instead of walking there. Sometimes I'm like, why is he there with an outlaw? Why not at this point? But that is what Nats managed to do. If we take a look at the HyperX reflex moment, it wasn't for a lack of trying on the side of EDG. Dan, we did see some very, I guess, flashes of brilliance at least.
Yeah, we had some opportunities to see this new composition that EDG were bringing to us with that Waylay. And yeah, this was one of the biggest highlights. Gianni gets a 3K before getting taken down. Again, I feel like they could have done great things, but it was a little too late when we went into the second half. It feels like they just needed a few more rounds.
You didn't actually see a ton of those full aggro rounds working, because Team Liquid is a team that plays so slow, so passive to let Nats work those lurks that it didn't actually feel like there was a ton of opportunities to go for plays like that. I think we only saw maybe 2 or 3 rounds, and that was the only one that was a big success for EDG.
Yeah, and we talked about the risk-taking of being able to change comms or having a pocket pick. It didn't pay off for EDG this time, and things get really hard for them, I think, as we look towards Bind, because the way that Liquid lost to DRX was just down to a couple of mistakes, which I don't anticipate we're going to see again today.
He won't take the teleporter this time, surely.
Yeah,
that's like a one in a
intentional teleporter, maybe, not an accident.
Yeah. I mean, they should be playing more proactive in their post plants and not getting stuck on, but those are going to be mistakes of the past, you'd think, for Liquid. It is an interesting one as well, because this is going to be a double duelist map for EDG if they play the same comp they did in CN. So this time it'll likely to be that Raze Yoru to come on out, and I think a lot of the questions go to how much Kung can do on that role, if Gianni can keep his form, and if EDG can bounce back from what was a pretty tough Abyss loss.
I mean, even then when Kung played the Yoru here, it wasn't good. I think that was one of the times people had question marks about why on earth is he being Yoru jailed, so I'm worried.
I feel like it should be fine. It's a little hard to tell with Bind. I mean, we already saw that first change in compositions in that last map of Abyss for EDG, but I don't think things are going to change too much. For this side of Liquid, one of the things that I really like is how aggressive they got in the defense, and that, I feel like, comes down to a one decision.
All right, Gianni's taking a page out of Alpha's book.
I'm very happy to see this. I think there is still some... I'd almost rather in this comp see Kung playing the Raze instead of the Yoru. I think he's more strong individually there, but obviously they want to keep these flashes, have that additional bit of utility to combo. Mateo's going to be interesting, though. I think the biggest strength of that agent is A, the drone. Best drone in the game right now. You can full clear through long, full clear through showers. It is excellent with its range compared to those other initiator agents. And missiles are amazing for plant denial and these retakes.
And the massive difference for Liquid is they're so successful on Bind, and even they have changed their comp. Trex is not playing Gecko. He's going to be playing the Brim.
Yeah.
He has basically had the B side showers on log, not B, A showers on lockdown with that Gecko on the defense for months and months and months at this point.
I'm really glad. I feel like at some point we were seeing that Gecko non-stop on this map, and after that performance, he was not being able to do so much on this agent. So the fact that they had enough days to change it up, to bring up this composition, and to have this Brimstone Viper instead, I think it's great.
My biggest complaint with their old comp was that they were playing Skye instead of Yoru. I think their old comp with the Yoru would have been way better, because he feels a lot of the same ideas, while also adding fast retakes and rotates, excuse me, and a far more powerful ult into the mix. So I think this is a good change for Team Liquid. New comps on both sides. That's exciting.
That's cool. I am super, super excited. Is there one that you're more excited about?
I honestly really like EDG with Taeho. I feel like, Taeho in some maps, in some moments, I think it's great.
I can't wait to send this back to Brennan Sideshow and find out which team will survive to see another day.
That's right, it all comes down to this here, elimination between two of these teams. Unthinkable, really, that either of these squads will be exiting early, but one of them has to. We'll see it. Missed the last two letters on that one with the time, but all good. All good.
Both of these compositional shifts, really interesting.
Yeah.
Now, I was looking at Team Liquid's composition with the Gecko. Gecko, by the way, has a terrible non-mirror win rate across the world right now. And Trex against ERX went 0-9 in his attack. 11 attack rounds, he went 0-9 against ERX on attack. So I can absolutely imagine why Team Liquid would want to change over to this double duelist comp that's worked amazingly for them. But EDG going the direction of the Taeho, but playing it with a Yoru instead of a Raze, it's all up in the air, available for either team to win.
Chops and changes across the board, and it's all on the line for either of his teams.
And they're both good at bind usually.
Yeah,
but today, form has just been a roller coaster for both of these squads.
Up and down on either side.
There.
The only variable changing really being the map. So we'll see how this gets taken now. Jump spot. Backing away, scared of the potential of a trap play.
This is a map where Nats usually dominates.
And Jenny is already going to be seeing that presence as well. Nats has found his timing. Up through, controlling a decent area now. Snakebite as well is just going to be pushing Jenny back. A lot of control of Lamps given up.
Salvos available to try to deny a plant. And immediately taking down Nats.
That's a lovely angle. Jenny's going to be immediately doing a bit of damage in that way, and then we're going to see her peeking towards the back. It's a little bit off the timing as well. That horn just disrespected. No turning towards it now. The Salvo's going to be primed and ready, but a little bit too slow on the mark. An attempt at denying it likes that plan. It's going to be not theirs. Paddy Tech still squaring up. Posturing, juking, sidestepping. Chichu snapping to the side. Quick dismissal.
Yeah, nice reload bait there.
Seeing as well, these players are potentially lining up for it, but again, the trade is online here for Gianni. Trek's last one left. In through showers. I don't exactly know his position, but noted now and cleaned up nevertheless. Nobody finds it magnetic towards the head of Trex. And pistol round opening here for EDG, something they needed.
And perfectly played from Gianni. The salvos were a little late, but that's because he was taking these duels and winning them. Even though he's lit up by a haunt,
one enemy remaining.
Takes that fight perhaps a tad early. And Gianni is there just locking these aggressive players down. Putting the halt on Nat's lurk through Lamps too. A very good day for him overall. Yes, he wasn't, lighting the world on fire with the Waylay on Abyss, but that was the whole team, really. But think back to what he was doing on Breach, and now coming out here in round one on Taeho. This is a win condition for EDG, getting the rookie player online. The only one who wasn't involved in lifting that Champs Trophy in 2024.
Deep fight to be taken out towards showers as well. One has to be broken. Kung the one with the rifle. It's invested into this one here. Could be swiftly overwhelmed, but goes for the flash and the peek. Into it! And there it is! With the Sheriffs and the Classic. It's all it takes to dismantle and crumble the entire hole they had going for them. He pushed past that one as a timing taken as that Util's flying forwards. Nats let loose now in towards the spawn. Just like that. Flipped on its head. EDG, all those advantages we were talking about.
Really beautiful punish on the molly there. That's the kind of intelligence you have from Nats. But he was working off the fact that two players had already fallen over towards showers. I mean, those are the kind of plays that I think coaches will be really angry about.
Yeah.
Because you're taking an aggressive fight that you really don't need to at short range against pistols. And just believing that all three players are going to be caught by a flash. You don't even know really how many players are there. It's possible on an eco round like this, you could walk into like 5 of them. And nobody is saving a judge here too. It's, I mean, maybe not. He might go down to the spike, but running backwards and trying to save that.
Oh, he's decided to, umming and ahhing, he's saving it.
He's saving it, and also so is Chishu.
One down.
Fight like this just going the wrong way. It's a bit too slapped together, really. Feel concrete. All the pieces of util, just the one flash to try and set yourself up.
Holy shit.
The rifle donated, and we know how that went now. And 1-1, EDG really losing the opening advantage. You might see a quick fight to be taken as well down short. This is 4 players grouped up, EDG. Knives out for now, a prowler forwards and a flash against it. No one from Team Liquid looking to get caught.
Oh, jump peek. Didn't actually see anything there. So Kang went for a jump, then TP'd out, and I think he told the rest of his team that there was nobody in that area of the map, so they're making a full rotate over to B, just as the rest of Team Liquid calls reinforcements back in their direction.
It's just Jenny with the Sheriff.
Head on a swivel.
Yeah, looking all sorts of directions now, looking for the right target here, but Camo's going to be shutting them down momentarily. Nats is forwards again to spot some signs of life, the back of a player or two. Calls for the committal now. Smoke's going to be dropping down as a game of time is being taken by Smoggy. He's managed to find himself away forwards and past it, but again, no anticipating this one. Nats is barely alive. Instead of potentially by the bullets, and there it is. Lying in wait, Smoggy is there to deliver death from above. Forwards again with that judge being saved. Camo's lucky to be alive, and it's all come down into a 1v1. Pure mania in the final moments here of round 3. Very, very winnable. The Team Liquid managed to maintain control.
Camo thriving in the chaos of that one, picked out 4 players, and I couldn't tell you how he did it. I mean, we'll see it on the replay. Obviously, the opener we saw, but here having to run back through and clean up Smoggy, and then just brawls inside the smokes. Picks off Kang towards the end, and saves Team Liquid.
Listen. But no, listen to me.
Ooh, Stern putting the foot down.
Let Daddy call.
Different IGL, but I'll accept it. Flash and a horn here, quick take for showers. Kiko looking like he wanted to try and grab his ult, but no, they're opting into Camos instead. Dimensional Drift.
Yeah, it's an interesting prioritization. Both of those ults are really good on their attack side. But I suppose arguably the showstopper might end up getting baited out by somebody like Kang, who can TP away. And the info that you get from Camo could be spectacular.
Launching smoke. Bring them down.
Pressuring people back from B, but keeping both duelists on the A site without a TP to rejoin these B players indicates that Nats wants the call to end A. And Kang pushing up, has that gate crash to escape, but if he can catch Camo before the ult's popped, that would be enormous for EDG.
Time is going to be tight onto this one here. So Dimensional Drift is going to be clearing Kang's position. Noted. Smoggy taking a peek. They don't want to really see if they can exit out of this one. Smoggy, blind as anything, doesn't know which way he's looking here. And Camo is forwards anyway. Hyper isolated position. Smoggy was just hoping he could layer it down with the help of Kang, but
fast on the flank, Brent.
Fast on the flank from behind again. Jenny's there, trying to make the most of this one. Nobody on top of it, but again, these bullets are flying forwards and they're ringing and raining true. Team Liquid running away with it now.
And Nats really is in control. I mean, in both senses. He's doing a great performance on the server, but he's also very much in control of his team. You were hearing from Mimi how he, you know, he's quite active in terms of the micro and calling for exactly what he wants. We even heard it on a replay there where he's really focusing his team in.
Let's go!
Whoa, that's
a poor piece of paper.
He's still got to be able to read the strats, man.
But hyped up for good reasons.
I so controlled that round, actually.
You're going to see
the way
that a lot.
Camo went forwards and was disciplined enough to reconnect with Nats, and they both went out the smoke together, and then picked up the flank immediately afterwards. Really solid. And putting the pressure instantly on EDG feels more like Abyss than Sunset so far.
Pieces are clicking for this team. You're going to see a lot of these slow calling to the round, the opening 40 seconds. Team Liquid just poking, prodding. Not really going to be playing too fast, just waiting for the gate crash on the opposite side of things to expire.
Yeah. Now this is a really common play. Are Liquid ready for it?
Power up. The clearance forwards as well. A lot of damage done as well just from that Takeda's kicking up, and Smoggy's there. Kang alongside, he's only got a shorty, and as that curtain and wall drops. Doesn't really want to be taking that fight from that angle. Still, same can't be said for this one. This is a play that's being made. Jenny and Nobody combine their might, and they dismantle, they decimate. Team Liquid is up the Trex. Rattling up the bullets, but again, that fire goes both ways. And the perfect timing is granted to Nobody. A thrifty win out of seemingly nowhere.
EDG getting a lot of value out of these faster flanks. I think they're realizing now some of the way in which Nats is defaulting around the map. Because look how fast Chichu is to just backfill all of this space. And Gianni doing a great job at slowing down everyone on Team Liquid. They just got boxed in. Nat's wall became a prison. And an enormous MasterCard thrifty for EDG to get them back in this game early.
Their fears betrayed them.
Ults starting to come online here as well. And the op considered for Kang but discarded.
Here. Mutor roughly being thrown. The Ort into showers, looking for the A split of Liquid, and now they're going to be sending it flying forwards. That's a showstopper! Denied! Straight into the sky, and already Smoggy standing his ground down, trying to put through that smoke. It's all disjointed from Liquid.
What a reset.
Jenny, sharp as anything. Resetting in time, but a timing to be taken by Nats here. He's again creeping his way into the back lines. Back section, looking for signs of life, and clearance called for, already spotting out Jenny's position, and he's not long for the ward. It's a dagger to the back. Nats has found it, and he's looking for a little bit more. It's instinctual from him.
He's one away from the pit. Can't let him get to that.
One more kill will do it, and he's looking for it. Heard the showers TP. He's even got a bit of a sense for it still. So Fighter doesn't go his way, leaves it down to just Trex and that 1v2. Double swing and a fight! Oh my!
Oh, that was so winnable.
Barely one out, Nobody left on 8 HP.
By the skin of their teeth, EDG with a double swing managed to clean up the final player on Liquid and tie up the score. Look at that shutdown on the showstopper from short. A really common play being called by Team Liquid, and EDG putting the Yoru the furthest forward, who then TPs backwards, and having 3 players pepper Kiko with bullets. Relief coming out from the EDG coaching staff. They've knocked the economy down for Liquid, and now Kang does go for the op.
One broken for him. Powell was the next up. Was able to take that fight as well with peace of mind. Bucky though, forwards again, trying to take that fight, but Chichu's there. Nobody fills in the gaps. Presses forwards, ensures that there is no weakness currently in the defense. No more funny business, no more missed opportunities.
They've also been able to get all of these important round wins without having to utilize the defensive ults. So they've got quite an arsenal when we're talking about the next rifle round coming up here. Gianni getting stuck on a really deep line.
Now all the information in the world from this spot.
It's one of those positions that normally you wouldn't be too happy about a player tucking themselves into when they're at such, a 5v2. But it's also just such a weird angle. You see there, Paddy doesn't clear it properly, because why would there ever be a player there?
Well, the peak as well. Good movement from Trex.
Okay.
Finds it. 35 seconds left. Potentially time to play with.
And here's a bit of the danger, because in theory that could give a weapon over. But Paddy sticking with the stinger. Still not too much hope here. Time too low.
Off angle by Chichu. Kang on the other side of it. Shallow in terms of the angle. Crossfire setup, and as well just waits for players to wade right into his crosshair placement. And a round lead now for EDG. Pouring their way back into it.
Looking like they're starting to download the way that Nats wants to play on the attack side. Playing the short defense much more aggressively.
One enemy remaining.
We're going to see Team Liquid's coaches call the tag timeout here, and I think this is a nice time for it. Maybe even the previous round would have been a nice time for it, to be honest, but either way. EDG have made the right adaptations, and now they have a huge amount of ults to work with. It's going to be a big uphill battle for Team Liquid to get back into this half. One where they struggled a little bit against DRX. Struggled a lot, actually, on this half against DRX. They couldn't really get their attack flowing.
Good time for the timeout. Ults racking up, as you've been mentioning, on either side. Advantage should be still to EDG here. We finally see a map where it's a bit more even between the two sides. Not just one side showing up, the other one not. As was the case, Sunset, Abyss. We're starting to see the best being brought out of both of these teams, because it'd be disappointing, really, if it wasn't, I think, as well. Elimination between both of these squads.
There's just so many storylines. Obviously, you're looking at EDG and you're thinking, well, if they were to make it through to playoffs, we'd be talking about, can they be the first ever team to win the champs back-to-back? It was an incredibly unlikely story, but one that perhaps we were expecting to get a chance to unfold. And for Liquid, you know, you've got players like Nats seem to be in the hunt for, like, greatest of all time status if they were able to get a champs trophy under their belt. People like Paditek trying to get a trophy before Heretics, the team that he was subbing with. And one of those threads, at least, is going to be cut short here.
And posted as the operator. Might get his chance here with Camo creeped up onto the line. He's hoping for an overextension.
The ability for plant denial using these ultimates is enormous for EDG. So they don't really need to be fighting too aggro. They're going to go and get a little bit more B main info. Back around now with the Prowler. No, actually using it for showers. So just giving more information for Kangkang to be able to possibly set back up on this line. But the orb's really annoying in his face here.
Certainly is. Refresh on the gate crash. Camo. Flash in his face, pushing it away. That's going to give good information as well. And Team Liquid starting to flood their way forwards again. Jenny trying to fill in the pieces and the gaps potentially there. And he needs to try and lock down this area. Control, but a strike towards your back. Jenny being met with a masterclass in terms of the util, but Kangkang really feeling that pressure and heat. EDG, they turn it up all the way. They're running this one forwards with those rifles in hands, looking for a good go of things here. But Camo still left swinging out towards the side. He's the last one left with the spike planted. Moves it into this 1v2, but again that swing and the Prowler just not dissuaded in time. EDG gradually, one round at a time, they're clawing a sizable lead.
And Prowler was drifting towards Camo
there.
there.
He was, didn't make it easy for him.
No, much more difficult for him to be able to reset. A huge ultimate round. I didn't realize that was a no-scope. That is brutal for Kiko. Forced off the line. All of these ults here.
No more.
Pretty big value, especially nobody's Fade ultimate. He had a blinder around. They even allowed the attacking plant to go down. They didn't use Gianni or Smoggy's ultimate to deny that. And yet we just cleaned up everyone who was trying to get there through short.
Time to work.
Now the economy's worse for Team Liquid. Still have to work the map, push people back, dodge the operator, and finish with enough time to avoid the plant being denied.
Bomb buddy out.
Slow and steady game being taken here.
I have the spike.
Mentioned it before, but you're going to see slow attack rounds as you're trying to bleed out the gate crash. Ensure that Kangkang can't stay posted for long.
I do like the utilization of Kangkang's Yoru op on this map. You're thinking about the other team that runs Taeho here, and you're looking at Fnatic, right? But they tend to run the Raze. They don't op on defense as much as Kangkang is here, but it's a real secondary or even primary threat that Team Liquid have to think about.
A lot of util offloaded just from that one Prowler. The Molly and salvos. I believe both the salvos being used as well. You just threw the kitchen sink at them.
They're fighting this short smoke really forward.
Drift even going to be committed now on the other side of things. This is Camo trying to take this one step further. Weaponry's not entirely ideal, but again, he's going to be spotting out the bodies and the players. But here it is. Hammergeddon layers it out and it's rolling out the red carpet. But can you withstand it? It's a lot of temperature. It's increased all the way. Alongside that pressure, Chichu not to be removed. The same with Nobody. They have cemented and carved out a bit of a space to play in. Caterpillar with the smokes. Safe plan granted. Pit on top of it. This is potentially winnable for Liquid. They're spotting it. A chance potentially forward. Again, that TP into Hookah. Let's see if they can take these fights forwards again, but the kills could go in either way. Camo trying to rip two of their heads off Nats. Follows up with a second, and already looking dire right now for EDG. Well, they're in a good spot for it, but Team Liquid, as soon as they lay it down that pit, looking prime forward, still time. On their side, EDG could make a good go of this one here. Moving forwards again, trying to dissect that pit up. Stray shots popped off. Kankan trying to play the retake into this with just that operator, but just missing the shots off to the side. Camo! Barely anything to work with, but it leaves it down into that 1v2. Nats.
There's no time.
And enough time for, yeah. It's ticking far too far.
And that shows you the power of the Vipers pit, Brent, because there were a lot of things that went wrong in that round for Team Liquid. But still, Nats comes out with the Red Bull clutch towards the end. I mean, the opener, Trex actually missed the smokes, so there was a small gap towards the left-hand side here that gets Kiko killed. Camo hits some great shots, though, playing outside the pit. Had a bit of a wiggle, bit of a wobble towards the end. But despite not having the cleanest entry, as soon as that pit went down, they were in control of the site. And both ultimates coming out from Jenny and Smoggy overcome. So Team Liquid put an important one on the board, but they still have to deal with this op and a short push.
Holds on either side. Bringing up with the wall. Let's Nats play with the rest of the pack here. Camo deeply inserted off to the side, and he's just caught with a util out into his hands. Even out 4v4, Kankan is in the fight into the action here, but again, they've got bullets raining down on them. Any sort of entry swatted out of the sky. Kiko, he's no more. Jenny, go on, Walkabout. He's got a spike down in his lap.
It's all on Nats here. If there's any chance of a recovery, he would have to play this so intelligently.
Nats has got to know, he snaps towards it.
What a flip.
Anticipation that it could have been that deep push out.
And door opened, Smoggy smoked off now. Nats in control with spike in hand, has a chance to stabilize.
Team Liquid are one of the best teams in the world at stabilizing. Moments like this when they're at a disadvantage, we saw it in the prior round. As soon as they saw all the presence of the bodies, they called for the fast speed up over towards B, and this is no different.
Very safe plan. Have to play on site to defend this.
3v3. Elbow control, top priority for Team Liquid. Make sure to reinforce it with plenty of bodies. Chichu is walking, wading in towards the back of the side, comes down to that first fight, wins it. Paddy, it's gone down and out. Chichu's still there, getting active, but again, dropped down, and Nats. This guy is just unstoppable right now. You take him to bind. You're looking at home territory for a player like this, and he has not stepped on whatsoever. The form is just impeccable. No slowing down, and not from Abyss, and not to now.
That is unbelievable. That's a round that showcases why people are rating Nats as one of the best players in the world. He single-handedly goes and retrieves the spike, insane flick onto Gianni, and then also handles every other player that contests in the post plan.
Tell me like that, Patrick, I'm so sorry.
If Abyss wasn't good enough, he has just given them another in on bind. Tying the score up to 5-5, and a lot of these spots feel like they're EDGs.
Yeah.
They feel like they're in control, and they require some mammoth recovery for Liquid to get back in. The op's been a real puzzle for Liquid to get around. The ults have been difficult, and yet, despite it all, it's actually Liquid who've won the past two and have now knocked EDG's economy completely. Obviously, that operator's expensive to be picking up again and again, and EDG just can't afford it anymore. Wild scenes here, but at least we're getting a competitive map.
Yeah, finally.
The map pool itself promised bangers. Sunset, Abyss, Bind, like towards the top of both teams' map pools the whole way through. Didn't work out like that in maps 1 and 2.
Lopsided up until now.
But now you're getting to see true haymakers being thrown from both teams. But Camo and Nats have kept up that kind of form from Abyss. Whereas Kankang's had a rough time. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be making the correlation with him playing Yoru. I've been watching him get better and better on Yoru in VCTCN, but hasn't really shown it in this game.
Trailing near the bottom. At the bottom for his team. It's a horn that's not broken in time, so 2 players spotted out, including, I believe, the TP animation. They know that Kankang's drifted to a different spot.
I do think, though, that the operator generally, the threat of the op, has been hard for Liquid to call around. It's not here, though, now.
Cam can go walkabouts. As soon as they spot it, Kankang was the one playing forwards over towards B long. He knows that, okay, well, Shower's pressure is going to be a little bit less.
You're expecting a flash re-clear out through a smoke like that. So you see how tentative Kiko and Patty are moving up. Both players on A getting posted on more aggressive angles as well. And it pays off for Nats.
Cements himself here into short. Still locking down most of the angles as well with that Showers control. Looking to pick apart his EDG defense. Deep with the smokes as well. Through the back of the site. No chance of anybody being able to play in and through and past it. And in fact, it gives an open sight line as well. Camo just takes this one up towards bench. And you're seeing already the kills are going to be toppling. EDG, they're going to try and play that plant now. They have the util for it. Smokey's forwards in the smoke. And again, with everybody just being picked apart, pulled to pieces, whittled down till nobody remains. Team Liquid.
They need to plant the spike.
They definitely do with time being short like this. Chichu's got himself one, but there's that trade. Instantaneous and Shorty, or at least the judge, I should say, not favored in spots like that. Round lead here for Liquid. They have clawed this one back. It took some heroics to get here.
Very patient round as well. Reminiscent of what Nats was calling at the very start of this half. And I think you can see here that they're much more comfortable contacting onto deeper angles towards Short and Showers when they know that there's not an op that they're going to be walking into. Now going into this final round, I'm not actually sure that there was anyone who saved enough money to even get it into Kangkang's hands. So they should be able to see the scoreboard and realize that everyone's going to have rifles.
Haunt, no issue. With early here, EDG with that deep hit down out towards B long, cuts off the one avenue.
And it also cuts off an ult orb that Kiko would have loved. Maybe even Nats or Patty would have loved that too.
Season a nade onto either side, not really used in conjunction, but...
And doesn't push Kangkang away.
Still
the gate crash is gone.
Yeah, the gate crash gone, and he can't really get another one active. Not out the lip of Hookah. He is stuck here, hard committed.
Toxins going up.
One of the things that was working really well for EDG's defense was finding this short smoke aggro with a crossfire, one on Pocket and one on Lamps. It doesn't really exist at the moment. Droning out Showers, GNE's going to have to go and help Smoggy if they want the same kind of defensive setup.
Unbroken, deep haunt, signal. At least a lot of action is happening over towards this A site, calling for a few of these rotations. You've got 40 seconds left. Which direction are you going in?
It feels like Short when the showstopper comes out for Kiko.
Here it is, primed, ready, and
EDG
waiting.
have read it.
Satchel down and out. EDG have a few bodies here. Smoggy, it's a beautiful kill, and even just sidestep most of this. Over the strike, lay it down. It's like, got to play him, but our Haunt will reveal you anyway. Jenny! Let loose and unleashed across the site. And Trex, considering a different line and a different avenue of retreat potentially for it, but time is against him. Final round to play for. You've got to make a go of things, but 6-6 is what it's been drawn to. EDG not finished yet.
Nice read from the caller of EDG there. As soon as they saw Kiko taking that ult orb over towards Showers, they knew it was ending over towards A. 4-player stack. Fought it really heavy. And an even half. Very, very different to Sunset and Abyss.
It's what we wanted, an even affair between both of these teams to decide who is eliminated, who goes that one step further forward in Champions 2025.
Chasing different melodies. Wanna switch a flavor, call it chemistry. Pushing different tunes, different remedies. Switch a flavor, call it chemistry. Call it chemistry. Different tunes, different remedies.
Let's get straight back into it here. The half, we're staring at 6-6 between EDG and Team Liquid. Former champs winner versus the #1 EMEA seed. Either side, couldn't really imagine that they'd be in a spot like this to be potentially one of the first teams out at champs. Unthinkable.
Yep. Well, Taking a look at the Coinbase Econ report. I mean, one of the players that stands out immediately is Kankan towards the bottom, but we'll take a look at Jenny instead, who's put up a reasonable performance here. I think you can definitely give him a lot of credit for playing well when the pressure's on in this match. He was one of those players in VCTCN who stepped up. He had some good performances towards the end of Stage 2. I've been critical of him for disappearing in some of their big pressure games, but doesn't get much more pressure than this. Elimination at Champs, and he's doing well. The maps that they've succeeded on, Sunset, and now here doing all right on Bind. He's been one of the key players to look at. And like I mentioned, on the other side of things, Kankan had more kills in the first half of Sunset by far than he's had on the rest of the 2 maps combined. So while the op seemed like a good idea for them on the defense side, you're going to need to see him actually getting those entries, getting the snowballs going, having those big Kankan rounds if EDG want to avoid elimination and have any chance, any at all, of making that dream happen of the back-to-back champs win.
Has to start here. One of the major hurdles on either side here for Team Liquid. They want to show up, they want to show their potential. But they've hinted at all year long, but already Chichu. First casualty on the side, that is Camo, going to be done, taken out. Head clean off.
Oh, clash here.
Clear! Shredded by the bullets.
With no util.
Lined up straight away for nobody, and already just that Sheriff. You can stand your ground as much as you want, but you are going to be overwhelmed.
They think back to Team Liquid's previous composition, right? Where they ran the Gecko in the sky. Of course you can do reclears like that. You can do double flash reclears with the Dizzy and the Guiding Light, but just double walking it like that with Paddy and Nats is really risky. And you can see why they had the read. EDG threw Smoggy's Molly right at the start of the round, makes it feel like it's a fast B hit. And then when the noise is cut, you're like, all right, well now they're in a 5v4, they're going to be rotating elsewhere. Unfortunately, wrong read. And Team Liquid hardcore punished for going for that. Leaving things all in the hands of Trex, who can't get anything going, and a big pistol round for Chishu. Puts his team up in the map, 7-6.
Weapon knitting.
Winning both pistols, but a reminder that they insta-lost the next round.
Yeah,
that's something they've got to avoid.
Let's go!
And
For it to be a bit cleaner.
Yeah, Brent, if you think about how they lost that previous round, in round 2, it was because they went for a flash clear themselves on defense, over towards Showers, and took a fight at close range against pistols. So looking for them to take less high-risk plays here on the attack side. Or more long-range kind of fights.
Disrespect the smoke that's in your face. Prowler clears it. All drop down as well. No funny business, no one hiding behind it.
Fake teleport, cutting through.
And he's all the way pressed up here. Just with that Marshall. Could be deadly against Team Liquid right now, but they are also grouped up looking for a play of their own. Risks to be taken on a round like this. Chichu looks to contain just the one before the eventual trade. Comes out, doesn't give up a gun though. It's the important element. Trex even dealt with. Trying to take that timing against him. Nobody now fully committing down to that plant. Still vulnerable up. Snakebite will be taking him down. Kankan covers over the shoulder.
It's a lot of damage, but the regen armor puts nobody slightly more healthy. Paddy and Kiko both retaking, from the same angle.
Kankan looking to get active here. Just a leg shot here, just no scope. Not needed. Kankan 3-piece, make sure that they can sail them way to nice healthy bonus round. Looking forward to round 15.
A little bit of confidence there as well, perhaps, from Kankan. Picks up 3 pretty easy kills with the Marshall.
Sorry.
Maybe reminiscent of the style that he wants to play. Might be wanting to pick up quite a lot of Marshall attack side op. When he was playing the attack op on the Yoru, when he was playing the attack Yoru on a range of different maps in VCTCN, one of the things was that he was playing quite a lurky attack op style compared to a lot of other Yorus, but Bind's not normally known for that.
Keep Snakebite up and over to the top. It's going to cause Nats to back away, peel off that angle.
Yeah, really good util pressure from EDG, making sure that there's no opportunity for Liquid to maintain that spot and just jiggle peek B long. And this, I think, is going to be a big problem for Liquid, because normally their defensive game plan would be to double flash this, or at least single flash it for info.
Yeah.
And now we don't even see Patty playing over here.
Portal closed.
Are they going to go for a reclear?
Definitely looking for it. Nats is just spotted out anyway. shoulder potentially poking out as that wall dropped down.
Yeah, I think that's the weapon as well, the gun barrel giving him away.
First part of the puzzle solved here for Team Liquid. Still slow going for EDG, but now steadily grouping up, looking for potentially a bit of an A-pop. Chichu's still alive. Waiting for the fuel to come up potentially. Or he goes for that re-peek, and Kiko's going to be the one to receive. Haunt spots nothing. Prowler does though onto Kiko, so understanding there's a player there. So the Essence is getting a little bit dicey, a little bit hairy here. Quick tap and a back away. EDG looking to try and take this in a completely different avenue, but it's disjointed. Jenny is not synced up with the rest of his team, trying to take a fight into the back of the site like that. Team Liquid have got this one completely under lock.
Except there's a flank coming through from Smoggy and Showers. No,
Still
no
timing. Yeah, it's just a little bit off. Could have potentially been put together if the timing was a bit tighter, but for Team Liquid, it's flawless against the bonus. Best that they could hope for.
Remember to talk to each other out there.
And now let's see whether EDG do decide to go for some kind of attacking operator. Kankan really caught in that corner. I think in theory, EDG should have the advantage over towards B long, especially with how nice their util looks.
Nice picture.
But we'll see if it plays out like that on the rifle rounds. No attack op coming out from Kankan. He had a lot of money in the bank, but has decided not to use it. Rifles on board.
Salvo's primed here from Jenny. Looking to clear most of the way in through Hookah.
Time to jump.
Prowler on one side, Salvo on the other.
Actually a really aggressive hold from Trex towards Showers. He was solo holding it in the previous round as well. That's why I was highlighting the Smoggy backstab. It just came too late. But Trex solo hold Showers could be a potential weakness. Look at Team Liquid again getting active on the B reclears.
Constantly looking for mid-round information. Camo himself as well, taking a peek, but no signs of life forwards. That's a bullet to the dome by nobody. He's going to be still alive, but limping out of the fight the rest of it. Camo.
They can't actually scale into lamps there though, Bren, because the Viper fuel too low.
Moving into a different direction, and 50 seconds left. You're going to be taking it over towards B. Nats is deep inserted into Hookah. He's going to be hearing all his signs if they make even one sound cue, calling for the rotation potentially.
C's still available for Patty as well. He's looking to try to get a headshot back, throw the C's again.
This could get rough. Really quickly here for EDG. That C's is going to be slowing down the approach once more, and there it is. Good connection. TP4s from Kankan could disjoint this, but he needs the rest of his team to try and help him out. Haunt even deeper. Nade up towards the top. Drone spotting it out. Dicey position. EDG, though, they have to hard commit into this one. It's absolutely everything on the line. The clearance is there, intact. That's going to be done, dusted. Paddy, finish. Kankan swinging from the side. Heavy hits being dished out.
Looking way more comfortable on the attack side here, Kankan, with the rifle. That was a very confident swing there on the right. That certainly could have been a bit of a dagger in the back. Was solo holding Hookah, but there Gianni deals with him. Stu on site as well, and Paddy and Kiko demolished. Kankan wants this.
Time to jump.
Both of these teams want it bad. To have this be the final chapter in your year. Feel like bitter disappointment. Camo, you are way out in the open there, even with the gate crash. Overwhelmed with the amount of bodies that were facing for a fight.
Really believed, I guess, in the haunt value that Paddy had thrown out. Nice bait from EDG. Are they aware of this, though?
Hold on, they're double holding this for a little bit further, but now they've turned their attention. Just the right timing there.
Yeah, very solid.
Could have potentially got lucky.
Pretty good awareness, though, overall, I think. Got to give him credit. And this round is going to get them up to some massive ultimates. I mean, the combo I'm thinking of is nobody into Kankan. You got a Fade ultimate that's just going to rip people's audio cues away, and then Kankan can go crazy with his ult as an initiation. It's actually Jenny that they give the plant to, though.
Yeah, not looking to build up towards any of the ults, either of them, really.
Really not quite thinking about the larger picture there, I think, but we'll see if Kankan and nobody go for chasing some of these kills. There's still 3 Liquid players. It would be tasty little snacks.
Rifle handed over to Paddy.
I mean, the weapons are not good from Nats and Trex. And Trex doesn't even have armor, but you don't want to die to the wrong person here.
To the corner.
Don't mind dying to Smoggy, though.
And he's going hunting. Chichu himself. completely lock and sealed up towards that one. So this is a 3-round difference now for EDG. But you have to see a bit of fight back, I think. A bit of bite back from Team Liquid in this upcoming round because the money is starting to flourish. We're saving for this.
It's tough trying to contest space against the double drone combination
yeah.
that EDG are bringing out. They've just got so much util to try to take space for themselves on attack.
Prowlers, a horn, the drone.
Absolutely.
It's a lot.
Yeah, there's tons. Even the salvos, right? Just push people back from playing in spots over towards B long, for example, or showers. So I think Liquid, they're trying to get very proactive with how they re-clear, but it's been a bit 50-50. They haven't quite been able to find the right rhythm. And these ults are so close for EDG. They have enormous tools to win this next round, and I've got to say, if EDG are able to get the next, they're probably winning the map. Because Team Liquid's economy is on the brink of being broken again.
It's all in. That's why the timeline is being taken.
It's everything here.
It needs to work out. This is potentially the most important round you're going to play this entire year.
And Liquid have played some heartbreakers in previous tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
They lost to EDG at Bangkok. That was a 2-0, but had a really tense OT for the first map. Liquid, of course, played that amazing game against PaperX at Toronto in the group stage. They weren't able to escape into playoffs that time either, despite looking like a very competent team. And then after winning in EMEA, they come here to Champs. And it's possible, if they lose this round, that they once more will be sent home, this time in last place, the first team to exit.
Unthinkable for them. That's why they've got to dig deep here. Same can be said for EDG. Applying that pressure nice and early here. It's double salvos committed, a haunt on top of it. They're really keen for that shower's control. Smoggy the furthest one forwards.
Well, this will give them an ult orb. That'll give them an initiation tool. They want an ult. I mean, I'd be looking towards Kankan, to be honest, but they're going to put it onto Smoggy. They want an ult that'll help them get the exec going so that they can win the post plant with Chishu's.
Cutting through.
The presence push back here from EDG, looking to see if they can show some signs of life on B.
But B main.
Straight into the operator though. It's Camo. Wades back in. TP immediate evacuation and pivot over towards A to try and reinforce that area.
Yeah, well, now you've lost your Yoru, so you don't have as easy a way of getting onto a site and getting value out of Chishu's ult, which is the game closer here. They didn't use the snake bike, didn't use Prowlers to take B long control. That's, I think, such an error for EDG when it was working so well earlier.
Very much limping into this round. Of course, Team Liquid, happy to capitalize, happy to jump on the chance of it. A lot of util used there. That horn has to be sidestepped just for a moment, but that's feeling that pressure again. Just shanks the Prowler in his face and still claims a kill, but in through the back. That's a head. Oh my, Molly straight to the dome. Rebounds backwards, still as EDG with full control of this site. Plant out now. Nightfall going to be committed. In through out, that's a double tag out, and they got to hear these players and the pressure there. Camo to next it occurs, and that's a dimensional drift to get him out of dodge and danger. Smoggy, except wondering how the hell has that happened? And too much to deal with. Nobody's overcome. Too many in terms of the targets. A tap and a triple face. Team Liquid, relentless there on the retake.
Chishu died in the midst of all of that, so EDG couldn't take safety inside of Viper's pit. And I think Camo is really the game changer there. Being able to pick off one early, then one in elbow as well. And Escape's being traded with his ultimate. This time not cancelling it.
Reloading.
Nice! Nice, Camille. Good job. Very important round.
That is a hugely important round. If anything, a bit of an understatement from Paddy. That could have been their entire life. The eco is horrible, though, actually.
Not sure what's going on.
Okay, no, they've salvaged something. Bit of scraps for Patty, but everybody else has got good stuff.
Nance does have the ult. Choose to offload it. Hit down towards it, but the salvos cuts off the common off angles. And that dimensional drift as well. That's a horn forwards, but he's missed one of the players in the fight. Kang looking to see if he can clear the way, mostly in through lamps, and that TP is forced out. Evacuation by Camo. Healing back, but this is long-range util that's coming flying forwards. Plant and R by Team Liquid. That's the game that they want to play.
They've got one flash EDG for trying to push back site.
Potential chance here, but that orbital strike. Trex is running way out to the open here, and he will be finished off from the bullets in the end. Nats forwards again. Team Liquid players are in position potentially to play a part into this one. Play a bit spoilers. That's a pit deep into the back of the site. Good luck dislodging this one. EDG looking for a different direction now entirely, but it's Paddy Tech who's left lying in wait with that Judge, waiting to receive, and here it is. He's an absolute menace.
Spike down.
Judge in hand, that's a spike drop down in your lap, and Kang spawning it just off to the side, adjacent there, and a jar with a movement. Quickly enough with it. This is pure chaos now. Pandemonium being thrown into the mix, but Paddy will never be denied.
4 players flushed into his lap. The game plan perfect from Liquid. Nats with that retake pit early, and EDG want no piece of it. He knows exactly what the reaction is going to be. They actually anticipated that EDG were going to commit more resources towards the backside push when Smoggy used his ult. But Team Liquid win 2 of the most important rounds they might face in the early stages of this tournament. And EDG used their final tactical timeout. Last chance for the coaches to get any input here in this game, unless we go to overtime.
For good reason, because this could be it. This could be where the series, your lifeline at Champs, slips away out of your grasp.
Well, we were just saying 2 rounds ago that Liquid were on the very edge, on the brink. Their economy would have been shattered had they not won in round 18. Paddy said afterwards that was a huge round for them to be able to win. Well, now the shoe is very firmly on the other foot. EDG find themselves at risk of being ecoed. If they lose this round, there are a couple of players that wouldn't have a good buy. They might be able to scrape something together, but this one could open the floodgates for Team Liquid to come back in.
Definitely so.
It's not going to be their last chance, EDG, but it's a momentous, pivotal round. And Chichu, we've been talking about his ultimate for the last 3 or 4, and he hasn't been able to get into position to get it down.
Sat in the back pocket, waiting for that rainy day. Might be coming up now here, but this is it. Big investment. You can see the credits down to the left. EDG.
Stay focused.
Eyeing up fully.
They were thinking even about getting Kang the operator right before we went back to this scene.
See how this opening goes. Early with the Prowler, Paddy. Catching some signs of life. A few stray shots as well popped off. And the same hookah take. Salvo's and a Prowler. Flash in your face is another extra element towards it. Kang looking to take this, but this is reinforced up. It's Nats and Paddy trying to potentially take a fight. They're just sitting inside that smoke. It's a snake fight. The Prowler, there was no one there to really catch the contact of it.
They are doing a great job at re-clearing hookah every time that EDG pressure it. It's helping their macro so much. They can now stack 3A.
And now getting a move on. Rapidly going. The Stimmy's drop down at your feet. Times it. Makes some moves over towards it. Team Liquid have reinforced it. Kiko looking to see if he can try and deny. He's trying to hold his ground up against it, but that's a flash into your face. And wow, Kang and Jenny, they just walked all over the man. And Kang might as well be walking on bloody water, man, with plays like that. What an entry. What a position he's inserted his team in.
Trex was absolutely none the wiser. No information given from the other 2 players on his team by the look of things. Didn't expect Kang to be over by triple. That's the kind of thing you need to see from the guy. Kang's had a flash in a couple of other rounds where maybe the team needed to try to push a little deeper. This time, takes matters into his own hands, creates all of that space for Chishu to get ult down, round secured. It wasn't one of those rounds that would completely break Team Liquid's economy, though. Camo especially keeping that operator in hand. He'll be able to drop probably 2 players on his team.
It will bring EDG up to 11. 2 more is all it takes. They'll be sending Team Liquid packing. A play like this, I mean, they needed it. Not the perfect timing to be taking it.
It just found so much value, didn't it?
Yeah. Right when they're trying to get the plant down, knowing they're going to be trying to play that plant denial. They didn't have showers control. Kang rips it away from them. Head in the hands, but the job is not done yet, not finished. Team Liquid still have ways to get back in.
And you could argue that Chishu's ultimate used maybe a bit too safely. Because that round was pretty much secured anyway.
Slow. Very slow, looking to contain. Kang just holding. Popped up top. Slightest of off angles. Very deep push happening by Trex here. At the support of Camo, but Camo TP'd out, and this could come down to the 1v1 fight. Has taken Trex. Lever of the movement.
What a swing.
Offsets the aim of Kang, just takes the swing fully towards it.
That's very bold, and Kiko is in lamps with a Judge. Paditech's judging Hookah ruined EDG a couple of rounds ago.
Same could be said right now, potentially. Far back angle. He's just going to be walking straight back into this one. There was no clearance, no even thought that that could be held by someone else. Underhanded with a nade. Kiko trying to push this one back, but Chichu, full committal into that plan, not denied from the satchel. The 3v5, this Team Liquid's a shot in a while now, and just skipping and hopping around. Nobody just can't quite get the kill that he was hoping for. Potentially would have been a gift.
Doubling back through showers, though. Something that Liquid have got to be cautious about. They can't let this slip. It's a 5v3.
Doubling up and rotating around. It's another smoke that's dropped down. Cuts off that Lamp's position. Quick bit of spam. That snake bite is perfect. Nats layering it down, trying to get his team all the way back into this one. It's a tap to try and pull these players out into the open, but as that drops, Paddy opens up. Action is happening, and the fight's taken towards Team Liquid. It's fully in their sights, fully in their control. Surely the safety's there. Yes, it is. Heroics at the end, potentially a chance for Chichu. But shut down a player advantage a little bit too much there, so Team Liquid, they are hanging on.
We could end up at the end of Bind here, having one crucial round swing everything. Liquid just surviving there when their economy was on the edge, putting the pressure back on EDG, who themselves have minimum loss bonus, rounds flying one way and then the other. Camo's op, though, has been a consistent factor in the final moments here on Bind. Not going to have too much of an opportunity early on here, but EDG expecting something, holding, waiting, perhaps for the haunt that has been coming out from Paditech fairly early on B. This time, he saves it. Only now after 20 seconds to EDG start to take some sand control with a Prowler of their own.
Very cautious. Going to wait out the most amount of time possible. Camo at some point will have to respect it. The gate crash, I think the second one used.
Look at Nobody. He knows they've been going for a hookah reclear. He knows they've been hiding in that smoke. Just this time Liquid change it up.
Not stray shots, but attention, you can cut it with a knife at this point.
Oh, here comes the hookah reclear. Here it comes straight into Nobody.
And Nobody's waiting. Tucked to the corner now, he's got to be hearing it. Signs of life towards that B long. He's calling for the reinforcements. Smoggy's going to be joining him. What is the play to be made? Just cowering, waiting, hiding into the corner, but there it is as it fades away. Nats reveals his hand, a quick return of the fire. Nobody's there, and a stray shot from B long. That avenue was given up. Armageddon now. He's going to roll out that carpet, but Kiko wants to play in front of it. The timing just missed. Drop down from the ultimate. Trying to take it with the operator. It's fast and loose, and jumping in the fight. EDG are up to 12.
Match point for EDG. The champions winners of 2024. The tension in hookah there was palpable. And yet in the end, they ended up going 1-for-1, and it was actually just a fast reaction coming out from EDG that got them the success. Bold from Kangkong as well, swinging with his clone.
Taking the fight towards them. Where it hurts.
And Liquid have got to have some belief here that they can do it. Their eco's not in a good spot. They need 2 to get it to overtime, and then their coach can have some impact.
This might be aggro, the money. Shoddy buys from Team Liquid, but they have to stay alive with a round win here for EDG. It's everything.
It's a nice idea that the Haunt goes over towards Market, catches a player that could be defaulting there, but EDG, no one home, and they're pushing up to Hookah again.
Who's next? Some of these skills end up being claimed. Dimensional Drift to try and take the fight forwards. Camo! My God, man! An explosive is the element that Team Liquid needed. Kangkang the one to clear this one again, but he's going to be staring down. Valor defeat potentially. Found his way into the site. Chichu claiming kills, but it's just down to Kangkang. Clone in your face, not anticipating the position. Team Liquid are not done yet.
It takes some real courage to go for a play like that when your entire tournament is on the line. They go for an aggro push down short and a sand crunch. Playing aggro in hookah again, and Camo picking up 2. Never playing not to lose, still believing they can play for the win, but they need to do it again.
They have to drag it to OT.
There are 2 players from EDG coming into this with no armor. Nobody and Smoggy are just coming in with raw 100 health.
I'm just hoping that sheer aura protects them at this point.
Here's that play again, Smoggy getting lit up. No,
aggro fight.
Breaks it.
Potential for it. The players are in position again to squeeze with a TP play. Camo's even taken it. Has the TP to try and exit out. Just trying to put a bit of fear into the step of EDG here.
TP's out, and I think nobody heard that one. I mean, it could be a fake, of course. There is, in fact, even a clone. Still inside the TP. That one is going to cook nobody's brain if they go for the hookah reclear at the same time as popping it. But EDG grouping towards short. Starting now at the 1 minute mark to end A. And there is no gate crash, no immediate help. All on Trex and Kiko.
Kiko gets a kill. He has the ult online. The angle is just missed ever so slightly. Trex gets to drop down that util. Feeling the pressure now. Now Horn's going to be revealing him. Has to tuck to the corner and towards the side. Kiko trying to help him out, but the flashes are immense. Trex is still there, standing his ground. Trying to take the fight forwards again, but that weaker weaponry of EDG is hurting them. They call for the pivot.
It's back to Nats.
And moving into it. This is his site. This is his domain. You dare try and cross that threshold. You dare try and step up to him, because Nats is online. And there is no access to his site. Team Liquid making a play that wins them the day, that drags them all the way to OT.
There's another example of that incredible intelligence from Nats. He sees Chishu walking in and knows exactly what's going to follow. He knows if he takes a shot at Chishu, his whole position could be given up. Trex as well does a remarkable job of deleting Kankan. But this play towards the end, vintage Nats. 22 kills in the map so far. Camo by his side, but they're the team that's been under pressure. EDG got to match point and couldn't quite convert. And Kankan's going to pick up the op as we head into our first round of OT. He was thinking about doing it so much on their attack side too, but he didn't go for it. Trex is going to attack side op?
That's insane. It's pure insanity on either side, but listen, you've got to throw curveballs out when you get to OT. Slow and steady. The tension is sky high between both of these teams here. But a bit of a breather. Momentary pause.
They are never going to expect this attack op. It's just about whether Trex can get into positions to actually get value from it.
Anticipating potentially a reclear, but they are just posting Trex up.
There are 3, now 4 players on A.
Waiting. Chichu. Not sure what sound cues he's heard, but he's got a bit of a read here. Waiting it down to that minute mark. Gate crash going to be expiring soon enough. Signs of life now. The chance to explode. Kankang's forwards into the angle again. Going to try and hold this one down. He doesn't have another gate crash, but it's a nade at his feet. Haunt feeling that one onto the clone forwards again, but Team Liquid, they don't bite. They don't commit. Bide their time and wait for Paddy Tech to see if he can get anything going.
Chishu with a jump peek, doesn't see anything. Paddy holding for it, trying to punish again. Still 4 players stacked from EDG on A. Their read has been immaculate in the first round of OT. And the time is ticking.
Yeah, the time is barely there for them.
You've got to make a decision here.
Team Liquid umming, ahhing, seeing where they want to try and play this one in, but a missed shot potentially is the avenue they were looking for here. Team Liquid trying to take these fights forwards fast again. Trex off towards the side, but again, trades are immaculate from EDG. Forwards at a shorty, maybe getting a little bit too cheeky.
It's all Kiko alone.
Kill potentially there, but a double swing, and Paddy is miles away. The diffuser's online, they hear the TP, Smoggy knows it. Coverage in sight, snakebite at your feet, there's nowhere to run, there's no way you can make a play towards it. EDG, back to match point.
This time a very deliberate teleport coming out from Team Liquid, but a same disastrous end to the round. A player miles away, unable to have any impact to stop the diffuse from coming through. And EDG, they read what was happening in this round perfectly. 4 players on A the entire time, with Chishu alone locking that down, and Paddy never offered an opportunity to get the lurk working. Nice! The pressure back on Team Liquid. The 3rd match point for EDG. They failed to convert on the first 2. And Team Liquid, the coach now, with an opportunity to get some input and right the ship. Trying to go just 1 round longer.
Just to keep them back in it. The entire tournament life on the line in this one game here, in this next round coming up. And that's what saying in some of the replays we're hearing him trying to inspire his team, I think, after the first few maps that were pretty dire for them, the first map especially. Saying that not many players get this opportunity to play on the big stage of this champs. You've got to enjoy it, you've got to relish it. Moments like this. Also, not many players really want their end here and now to be one of the first exits at Champs, and that is what they are playing for, to continue their story, their chapter here at Champs.
Kiko starting the round in spawn. Maybe anticipating that it's going to be a fast hit call from EDG, considering they just had a chance to talk to their coach as well. Now drifts back over to A though. Not looking to try to rotate based on noise. This duo of Nats and Paddy, they've been doing a good job actually of holding over towards B. The B long reclear wasn't working. The hookah reclear was what they were going for 90% of the time. But EDG are so aware of that. I mean, the pattern has played out.
Launching missile.
Definitely feels like EDG are the team with more chances, more opportunities, closer and closer to closing this out.
Again, nobody preempted with the spam. Understanding they've been doing that hookah reclearance. This time, more bodies to see if they can receive and push this one back. It's a rotation of Team Liquid. They've got plenty of bodies here. That's attack committed onto the corner. It's an off-angle position. Off-angle position. Lands it. Finds his target. Puts down. Chichu still swinging wide. It's fights to be taken. EDG trying to opt into this one again, but pick and choose your timings. You're again stepping into Nats' playground.
Is he going to think about Kang?
Just dropped off from that ledge. Gives Kang the perfect timing. Brings it into a 2v3.
It's tough to get out onto site here, though. Smoggy's already used all of his smokes.
And Smoggy's earned it out, and he's evened it out into a 2v2. Kiko spotted into the corner. His position noted still sharp as anything. Pops ahead of Smoggy. Brings it down into that 1v2. Kang. All on his shoulders. Double face up. Here's the scuttling and the scurrying into the sand. The trade is intact. Team Liquid still alive.
I like that swap up from Team Liquid as well. Now EDG again not using the same level of utility to go and take B long. Yes, they used the snake bite, but there wasn't a lot of there wasn't a prowler there, a drone, a salvo, these kind of things that they were doing early in their attack half. And that allowed Nats and Paddy to set up a bait and switch setup over towards the TP. And then trade out the rest of the kills once they had that player advantage. Reset again. And once more, another attack operator. They're so determined to get a punish on Kang. At least that's what I imagine it's for.
Form barely broken on either side.
Camo's posted. Smoggy going for a walk-up. Could get punished here.
Could be very dangerous.
He's just trying to deny a lurk-up from Nats. They're hyper-aware that that short area is Nats' playground.
Cutting through.
But actually, the clash could be happening in hookah here.
Definitely could. Season and nade is a good connection. Nobody has to step forwards. Just rounds the box in time, and he's still going to be able to play his life and survive.
It's a lot of damage.
There's a lot. Still claimed, and that's a timing to take Smoggy. Attack side operator denied.
What a risk for Camo to be walking in front of that when EDG have been holding that short smoke aggressively. That's a crazy risk.
Rotation in now. 40 seconds left roughly in a round. Team Liquid trying to make their way forwards again. It's a double satchel on top of that Prowler to seize as well to connect, but Smoggy locks it down, holds it down. This guy is rooted to the spot in Lamps and will not give it up for anything. Jenny still there. Shorty shot's going wide, and that's just adjusts his aim. More bullets where that came from here, but his plant is down with no real pushback. EDG just trying to scurry their way back in as well. Doubled up, holding on. Lamps control vitally important and trying to go for the 3-2-1, the swinging wide. Putting their bodies on the line, Team Liquid. May have just earned themselves a chance to bring it up to 14, a chance to bring it up one round closer. Smokes fade, Chichu's missed his chance. Not quite a tap, it's Kang full sticking, full trust enabled, and he's got that half earned, but it matters not in the end. Team Liquid, an outer team on the cusp.
They get themselves their first match point here, but that was EDG's to win. That was EDG's opportunity to get another match point. Smoggy had done so much good work, and this play right here, the jump peek into Trex swinging, and Trex played that remarkably well as well. Jiggling around, slicing the pie, getting deeper and deeper into Lamps without getting punished, and then calling for the assistance. Really smart play, but a heartbreak for EDG. And the final timeout used here in the game. EDG's coaches try to rally the ship. It has not been them defending yet here on Vine. It's been them attacking constantly. They've always been on the cusp of taking it away. And it's Team Liquid who've had to parry and fend off these match points over and over again. Now Nats has an opportunity on the defense side, the side that he controls.
placed in the driving seat. The impetus here, next round coming up for EDG. They're going to have to dig deep, hidden reserves. Remember what made them such a contender last year as our reigning champs. But this next round is the major difference. They don't want to go home early. It might not be up to them.
Anyone feeling
Neither
generous?
team opting for an operator.
Thank you.
Big swap up. But Camo's been conditioning that he's been buying it every time, so EDG have still got to respect the fact that there could be one online. It's also a really different defensive setup. Nat's holding over towards A and giving Trex control of B long.
The flash, the molly disrespected. Trex lays it down with that spam. That guy was just rinsed and ripped to pieces with the molly at his feet.
Even a little bit of chip damage there onto Nobody as well.
Trying to counter spam it straight back at him. Trex almost going down for the punish.
But still, throwing out a lot of damage of his own. Smog it down to 46. The start here is horrendous for EDG. They are going to have to dig so deep to stay here.
4v5. Your tournament life on the line. To be one of the earliest exits out of champs. EDG trying to deny that. All grouped up towards B, but this is a heavy stack of Team Liquid players, and the smokes replace the wall.
They have no flash to get through now that Kangkang's gone. Chishu would love to get an opener.
Still on Chishu. Wherever he can find a way back in, and they do find Trex. Shorty down. Paddy's going to try and hold this one deep as well, but that drone is going to be putting it out, trying to take this fight forwards! Decay down to single digits, and a hail of bullets will deliver Team Liquid all the way further forwards. EDG, it's all on Chishu. It's all on the IGL, but it's done and dusted, it's finished up. The Team Liquid, not finished yet, not done yet. They keep going.
Eliminating stiff competition in their path. The defending champions who lifted the trophy in 2024, EDG go home first. The only team so far from VCTCN to win a map as well. And they crushed on Sunset, but they just could not keep that momentum going. Had 3 different chances of finishing things here on Bind, but couldn't find their moment, and the tenacity and grit of Liquid keeps them alive in the lowers. My God, I thought this team was done. I've got to be honest with you. When we saw Sunset, when we saw some of these spots they were putting on Bind, but maybe this will light a fire back underneath them.
The previous match was that wake-up call, and this one, potentially that reaffirming of the form that you have had consistently over the year. Team Liquid, not done yet, not finished, not willing to go out on a whimper.
And I think you've got to give so much credit today to Nats and Camo. Nats was very clearly super vocal in terms of his leadership role, but also destroyed on Abyss and Bind. He was immaculate, but also the step up from Camo, from map 1 across to map 2 and 3, he was taking those